Good evening and welcome inside Regency Furniture Stadium as we prepare for Game 1 in a 3-game series between your Southern Maryland Blue Crabs and the visiting Somerset Patriots. It's the second half of the season and we are back from a long all-star break. 4 days off, Monday through Thursday last week, then a 3-game road weekend series in New Britain. The Blue Crabs won that series 2-1. And now they return home for a 6-game homestand, 3 against Somerset, 3 against division rival Lancaster this weekend. Paul Clements takes the mound, and I am joined by my broadcast partner, Andrew Banstra. Andrew, solid weekend for the Blue Crabs in New Britain, a solid way to come back off the All-Star break. They're 3-3 on the second half. How do they keep that momentum going today?
Well, you hit it right on the head. I think it's really important that they keep that momentum going today. You see that they go 1-2 in their first 3 in the make that the first half. They've kind of turned it around. It's going to be tough to continue that hot streak against a team that is 6-0 in this second half in the form of the Patriots. But, Brandon, the Patriots clinched before the last time they played the Blue Crabs, but they also clinched basically on the Blue Crabs field. And then there was a celebration afterwards. That gives you a little bit of a chip on your shoulder if you're the Blue Crabs.
I think they definitely have that. There have been a couple of different changes, to say, on the Somerset side since the last time we saw him. Adam Weisenberger, the catcher, has retired. Kyle Roller, the big power bat, leads the team in home runs, retired. So Couple of new guys in the Somerset lineup. Ramon Flores, somebody we'll see for the first time. Matt Oberste, another guy we'll see for the first time. Justin Trapp rejoins the team. But first, second baseman Craig Massey digs into the left-handed batter's box. Paul Clemens kicks and delivers. And a fastball misses low and inside. 1 ball and no strikes. We are underway here for the first of 6 straight on the week. 1-0 pitch from Clemens. It's a fastball that swung on and fouled back out of play. Paul Clemens, 6'3", 215 pounds, out of Columbia, South Carolina. The 30-year-old is in his first season here in the Atlantic League. 1-4 with a 5.16 ERA on the year. The 1-1 pitch is weakly rolled down the first base line. Devin Rodriguez will pick it up in foul territory as that one's foul, 1-2. Defensive alignment behind Clemens for the Blue Crabs. Ryan Strasburger in left field, Corey Vaughn in center, Theodore Martinez in right. All-star left side of the infield, Frank Martinez and Edwin Garcia at third base and shortstop. Angelis Nina at second base, Devin Rodriguez at first, and Austin Green is behind the dish catching. Clemens ahead in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes as he kicks and delivers. This one a weak liner towards second. Nina lets it bounce once, now picks it up and flips to Rodriguez for out number 1.
Clemens seems a little bit like he's guiding his pitches this evening, leading a little bit more with his elbow than he typically does. Missing a little bit, but after a long at bat, not for his standards, but typically for another Blue Crabs pitcher, he does get the out.
So 1 down as that'll bring in the aforementioned Ramon Flores for his first at-bat of the season against the Blue Crabs. A fastball on the inside corner is a called strike, 0-1. Flores has appeared in 6 games for Somerset. He joined them at the end of the first half. He's 6 for 23, a .261 average, a home run, 3 RBIs. Clemens, a breaking ball, misses low and inside, 1 ball and 1 strike. For those that missed any news on the All-Star game, the Blue Crabs sent 6. Frank Martinez, Edwin Garcia, Devin Rodriguez, Corey Vaughn are all in the lineup. And starting pitcher Daryl Thompson joined, as well as reliever Sam Runyon. Runyon did pitch an inning in the game. Thompson missed it with injury. Vaughn got some time in center field. He subbed in the 6th inning. Rodriguez did the same. Frank Martinez and Edwin Garcia were both starters. Martinez hit second, played all 9 innings at third base. Garcia batted 9th. He started at second base and finished the game at shortstop, again playing all 9 innings. Martinez was 1 for 4 with a 2 RBI single. Garcia was 1 for 3 with a walk and a run scored.
Interesting that those guys play the whole entire game. Typically you try to sub in, sub out, but it speaks to how good they are.
2-2 is rolled foul, as that one will get out of play and the count will remain. Garcia, as I mentioned, split his time between second and short, so the versatility ended up being a key role to him getting all 9 innings. And this is a guy that was a late addition to the team when Rico Noel was unable to go with injury. Garcia got the call, and they immediately inserted him into the starting lineup and played all 9. As this one is fouled off of Flores in the box, and the count will hold at 2-2.
Flores has some MLB time. He played 3 years, 1 with the Yankees, 1 with the Brewers, and 1 with the Angels in 2015, 16, and 17, respectively. He didn't play too many games in 2 of the years, but he did play 104 games with the Brewers back in 2016.
Hit .205 that season, a pair of home runs and 19 RBIs for the Brewers. He drew 31 walks, though, an impressive number, as he's using that good eye here and has run the count full. 3-2, payoff pitch upcoming. Clemens kicks and delivers. This one fouled off. To finish up the thoughts on the All-Star game, that game actually ended in a walk-off win for the home Liberty division, and the man who awaits on deck, Alfredo Rodriguez, was the walk-off hero and the MVP of the game. He had a pair of RBIs on the night. That was the highest on his team. Highest total in the game. He was tied with Frank Martinez for that. But Rodriguez doubled down the third baseline, a walk-off win for them in the bottom of the ninth. An exciting All-Star game, to say the least. You can hope the same for the MLB game coming up in just over an hour. As Clemens kicks and delivers, fastball misses low, and Flores is aboard with a hard-fought walk. That MLB All-Star game taking place just up the road, about 30 minutes north of here.
Who do you got winning that one?
It's really tough to go against the American League with the stacked lineup. You got Mookie Betts, Manny Machado, Judge, guys like that. But I just think the National League wants it a little more. And I'm a National League homer. I've got two guys on my Braves starting in that game with Markakis and Freeman, so I find it hard to pick against them. As Rodriguez sends a line drive out towards right field. That one's caught by Teodoro Martinez for out number 2. I just find it hard to pick against the National League. I always find it hard to pick against the National League, but, I mean, we'll see what happens. I'm excited for it. The home run derby set the table real well. I'm not the biggest fan of Bryce Harper. Obviously, he's in my division, a division rival in the Nationals, and Harper does damage in the division, but it was still cool to see him win it on his home field with his dad pitching to him. That's as cool as it gets, really.
I completely agree, but as a ball's popped straight up in the air.
Should be playable for Nina, so you can finish your thought as we head to commercial break, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, one left on base, and go ahead and finish what your thoughts were on that home run derby last night.
I was just going to say in the defense of the AL, because me being an AL fan, you say, well, the NL got some good momentum going in. I will defend the AL by saying it was 7 NL hitters and just 1 AL hitter. That one AL hitter, Alex Bregman, you didn't expect him to win, but regardless, a win for the NL nonetheless.
An exciting home run derby, an exciting all-star festivities taking place up the road, and an exciting game here tonight as the Blue Crabs look to put themselves back towards the top of the division. They're going to look to strike first in the bottom of the first. Ryan Strasburger leads it off when we return to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Hey, this is Sam Runyon, and you're listening to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Fans, join the Blue Crabs on Saturday night, August 18th, as we celebrate Southern Maryland's rich spiritual and religious community with Faith and Family Night. All night long, we will feature performances, prayer, and presentation from area religious and spiritual leaders, as well as post-game fireworks spectacular. Your minister, band, choir, or congregation can even participate. To be part of the festivities or to purchase tickets, please contact group sales at 301-638-9788 or visit somdbluecrabs.com.
Ladies, this is Corey Vaughn. Be sure to join us at the ballpark every Wednesday night for Wind Up Wednesday presented by Cove Point Winery. On select Wednesday nights throughout the year, ladies get in for just $5. You can also enjoy free wine samples from Cove Point, as well as free services from Therapeutic Massage and Wellness. For more information and the available dates, please visit us online at somdbluecrabs.com or call us at 301-638-9788.
Bottom of the first, Ryan Strasburger digs into the left-handed batter's box as the first pitch from the Somerset Patriots left-hander Dwayne B. Lowe is a fastball that catches the outside corner. No balls and 1 strike goes the count. Heavy infield shift for the Patriots on Strasburger as B. Lowe kicks and delivers. This one misses off the plate away. 1-1 we go.
And that's an interesting shift. You know, I wouldn't classify Strasburger necessarily as that dead of a pull hitter, and the outfield is not reflecting that.
As this one misses high, 2-1. We saw this shift from the Patriots. It's not been very long since we've seen this team. We just saw them the series, or the homestand right before the All-Star break, They came for the beginning of the week, Monday through Thursday, and then the weekend series to York brought the All-Star break itself. The final series of the first half of the season was against the Patriots. So it's been just about 2 weeks, and we saw this shift most of that Monday through Thursday series from Somerset.
And they show it to almost everybody, whether it be this shift or the opposite of this shift.
2-2 pitch up coming from Below as Strasburger sends a grounder towards short. Rodriguez is there. He'll fire across to first and 1 out. And that'll give us an opportunity to run through the rest of the Blue Crabs lineup. Edwin Garcia comes to the plate now. Teodoro Martinez bats third. John Griffin bats cleanup. Third baseman Frank Martinez will bat fifth. Devin Rodriguez sixth. Corey Vaughn rounds out the trio of all-stars in a row, batting seventh. Austin Green, the catcher, bats eighth, and Angelis Nina will round out the lineup in the 9 spot. Belo's first pitch, a fastball in the inside corner, 0-1 goes the count.
Garcia hitting particularly well against left-handed pitchers this year, just a 267 average as a whole, but he's hitting 333 against lefties this year.
Sends a chopper foul, and he's in a hole 0-2. He's been on fire since the All-Star break. He was 8 for 10 in the first 2 games of that series against New Britain. Cooled off a little on Sunday, 1 for 5 in the finale, but still a 9 for 15 series is about all you can ask for as this pitch misses outside 1-2. It doesn't get much higher than a 600 average on a series.
Very, very impressive, especially for a guy that's been a little bit streaky, and he was a little cold going into the All-Star break.
Top of the lineup really got it done in that series. Strasburger was hitting .429 against New Britain on the series, and Garcia with the aforementioned 600. As he sends a grounder towards third, that's handled by Oberstay, and he'll fire across to first for the 5-3 put out and out number 2. Belo's had a pretty good year for the Patriots. Andrew, you've got the numbers on the southpaw here for Somerset. He comes in 6'3", 210 out of Lakeland, Florida.
He's 5-2 on the year with a 2.98 ERA, 51 strikeouts to just 13 walks. A lot of impressive numbers. Over his last 31 2/3 innings, he's only allowed 7 earned runs. He's 4th in ERA, 3rd in WHIP, 3rd in batting average against. So a lot of very impressive numbers for the lefty.
He gets a fastball across the inside corner to Teodoro Martinez for a called strike, 0-1. This is the 12th start of the year for Dwayne Belo. A fastball misses outside. 1 ball and 1 strike goes the count. Belo pitched for Somerset last season as well, 5-1 with a 2.89 ERA, but he worked as a reliever in that season. 46 appearances, all out of the pen. Transition to the starting rotation has been good for him, as it looks like a good inning to start the day. Teodoro with a fly ball towards shallow left. The shortstop Rodriguez backing up. Flores coming on, and nobody will communicate and call for it, and that will get down. We'll see the official ruling. It's going to be a hit because nobody got a piece of it. So Teodoro is aboard with a fluke single, and that could present an issue as Big John Griffin heads to the plate.
Always got to capitalize on errors. A guy that can do that like none other is John Griffin. You see Flores, a new addition to the team, had some struggles seeing that ball through the sun and then not enough communication.
So now Griffin, who has game-changing power, hits one off the end of his bat, though, towards second. Massey will field there and flip on to first to retire the side. And Blue Crabs unable to capitalize on the mental error. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We head to the second. Oberstay leads it off against Clemens when we return to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Hey, this is Brandon Compton, and you're listening to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Celebrate the history of our national pastime at the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown. See priceless treasures that will bring your baseball memories to life. Cooperstown is where you, your family, and your friends can relive baseball's greatest moments and honor the all-time greats of the game. Plan your family visit today at baseballhall.org.
Pet lovers, kick off the Labor Day holiday right and join the Blue Crabs on Sunday night, September 2nd for our final Bark in the Park night of the season. The game has a special start time of 6:35, and the first fans through the gates receive Blue Crabs dog collars brought to you by 98.7 WMZQ. Call 301-638-9788 or visit somdbluecrabs.com for more information.
Clemens back to work here in the top of the second. Oberstay, Indy Chavez, and Justin Trapp due up as Clemens falls behind with a fastball that misses outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Now goes back to the outside corner, catches it this time, and that'll even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Clemens kicks and delivers. 1-1. Sent out towards center. Corey Vaughn slips on the outfield grass as that one's going to head to the track. It'll hit off the top of the wall. On his way to third is Oberstay. Vaughn kicks and delivers to the cutoff man, Nina, whose throw into third is late. And a leadoff triple for Oberstay. An unfortunate play there. A lot of rain here today. The rain did clear up, and now this game's able to be played, but you can see it still having its impact as Vaughn slipped and fell off the get-go there.
There's absolutely no question in my mind that Corey Vaughn makes that play, despite the difficulty factor. If it wasn't rainy, he's easily a web gem and a half in the outfield. Such a fun guy to watch. So both teams do have to play in these conditions, but it hurts right there if you're the Blue Crabs.
Digging into the left-handed batter's box now is MLB veteran Indy Chavez, trying to pick up an RBI and get the run across to open the scoring. As Clemens kicks and delivers, that one misses inside, and 1 ball and no strikes goes the count. Clemens features a fastball, curveball, slider, and a changeup. As Chavez sends a line drive out towards left center field, that's going to get down in the gap. Oberstay will score easily. On his way to second is Chavez, as that one will get up over the wall for a ground rule double, and Chavez will cruise in with the RBI. The 1 run on the board for the Patriots has opened the scoring on the night, and the Blue Crabs have fallen behind right away.
And we know how important it is for the Blue Crabs to score first. That's a trend they've been working against of late, but still the numbers are there. So Paul Clemens really needs to buckle down so his offense can start supporting him.
Blue Crabs have struggled when they don't score first on the season. 9-29 when they allow opponents to score first. Their biggest issue innings have been the 3rd inning and the 8th inning, though. As Clemens comes set, a look back at second, kicks and delivers. Roller towards first, that kicks off of Devin Rodriguez. He'll recover an underhand toss to Clemens covering for the 3-1 putout. That does allow Chavez to advance, so a productive out for Justin Trapp there, but out number 1 nonetheless. The Blue Crabs have begun to fight back in the middle to 7th inning. They were trailing at one point by up over 15 runs in the 7th inning. They've cut that deficit to 43 runs for opponents and 39 runs for themselves in the 7th inning. So they've begun to fight back in the 6th and 7th as they're winning those innings as of late. The main issue, though, if they're not winning at the 8th inning, that presents a real problem for them as they're 3-34 when trailing after 8 and have been outscored 44-13 in the 8th inning of games. Clemens' first pitch to Mike Francoso, a breaking ball, misses inside. You see the infield pulled in now, looking to cut down any extra insurance run Somerset hopes to score in the inning. Back to the breaking ball goes Clemens. That one misses low, 2-0.
And Clemens is a guy that's not scared to throw that breaking ball all 4 times in a row, even if they're all balls. He has enough confidence in that off speed that he'll continue to rely on it despite the count.
Now's a good time to consider maybe an intentional walk to set up first and third with 1 out and a catcher in Jovan Gonzalez at the plate where you could potentially end the inning.
Especially with Francoso's bat up to the plate.
Breaking ball misses low, 3 balls and no strikes. Francoso 5 for 23 against the Blue Crabs in the last series, but he made the most of those 5 hits, cashing in 7 RBIs.
He's also reached base in 16 of his last 18 games, so very impressive numbers.
Consider letting him reach again as Clemens comes on the inside corner of the fastball, 3-1, so it doesn't look like he'll quite give way as of yet.
It looked like on those first 3, Clemens might have just been not necessarily pitching around him, but not giving him anything good to hit. So somewhat of an intentional walk, but maybe now the tides are changing.
Ready for the 3-1. Fastball misses low and away, and aboard indeed is Mike Francoso, so make it 17 of his last 19 as he heads down to first with a 1-out walk, runners on the corners. But a catcher in Yovan Gonzalez coming to the plate. He struggled the last time these two teams met. He's 1 for 9 on the season against Southern Maryland. And maybe Clemens can toss himself a ground ball and get out of the inning here.
Yovan Gonzalez hitting .205 against right-handed pitchers this year. It's been one of his struggles. Hopefully Clemens can get something low in the zone and Gonzalez rolls over it.
He's rolled into 4 double plays on the year already, 47 as a team for the Patriots. Let's see what Clemens can make happen as he overthrows a fastball a little bit here. A nice backhand stop there from Austin Green prevents the run from coming across. Blue Crabs a couple of new acquisitions since the All-Star break. Chris Mazza, a right-handed reliever, has joined the team, as well as tomorrow's starter, Kyle Drabeck, as Clemens gets a fastball in the inside corner, 1-1. Drabeck MLB experience, and for those old enough to remember and wonder, yes, the son of Doug Drabeck, former Cy Young winner.
Gonzalez also not one of those coveted catchers we love to talk about that have all that speed. So if he rolls into something, it could mean 2.
Foul ball the other way here. 1-2 we go. Very few catchers. James Skelton, the one that comes to mind most in this league for New Britain, that are able to be a dual threat as far as behind the plate and speed.
Gonzalez is yet to steal a base on the season.
Clemens, prior to the 1-2, a check on first. A little bit of an errant throw, but Rodriguez comes off the base and makes the play. So a good stop there for Devin Rodriguez. Clemens sets for the 1-2. Breaking ball, swung on and missed. A big strikeout for Paul Clemens is out number 2, and his first strikeout of the day. We know he's a strikeout pitcher, and he gets one in a much-needed situation.
If I'm Clemens, if I can get out of this situation, I feel really good about myself. I know that triple to start off the inning came off the bat of Oberste, probably should have been an out, so I'm not kicking myself too much for that run that's scored.
Clemens, that was his 59th strikeout on the season. As the runner off from first, pitch misses, throw down, the tag not in time. As the throw got there just a hair too late. A good jump for Francoso, and he moves into scoring position to set himself up with what could potentially be another run if Craig Massey can find the outfield. That's the 11th stolen base for Francoso this season. But as I was saying, Clemens 59 strikeouts on the year. That's tops on the team, despite having less appearances than almost every other starter in the rotation that he's contending with. He's only made this now his 9th start. Casey Delgado, who's second on the team with 54, has made 13, to put that in perspective.
And Clemens really didn't have too many strikeouts in his last appearance, so he's a strikeout-heavy guy if he has his stuff that day.
Taking his time on the rubber as he's digging back behind. Count at 1-1. Set now and delivers a breaking ball. This one's chopped towards first. Rodriguez will field. Foot race to the bag. He'll win it by a step. And the 3 unassisted retires the side. Clemens escapes with just the 1 run in the inning. The leadoff triple and the slip from Corey Vaughn comes back to haunt as Somerset puts up 1 run on 2 hits. No errors. They leave 2 men on base. And we'll head to the bottom of the second. Blue Crabs look to respond with a trio of all-stars: Martinez, Rodriguez, Vaughn, when we return on the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Are you looking for the latest and best in Blue Crabs gear? Look no further than the newly redesigned and restocked Crab Shack Team Store, anchored by EC Sports. The Team Store features everything from old favorites like game replica hats and t-shirts to novelty items and collectibles. You can visit our Team Store anytime 9 to 5, as well as during all home games. The Team Store is also available online by visiting somdbluecrabs.com and clicking the Store tab.
Hey fans, this is Craig Stem, pitcher for the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Make sure you come out every Thursday for Foster's Grill Wings and Beer Night. For just $30, you can enjoy a ticket to the game and 2 hours of all-you-can-eat Foster's Wings and all-you-can-drink beer in the Legends Clubs from 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. For more information, information, please visit our website at somdbluecrabs.com or call us at 301-638-9788.
Are you looking for the best place to entertain your group, large or small, this summer? Look no further than the Blue Crabs at Regency Furniture Stadium with our newly renovated luxury suites and Legends Club, as well as our brand new party suite. Our luxury suites have all new amenities and are sure to please your group, while our clean, upscale Legends Club can host up to 160 guests for a game or anytime. New for 2018, the Blue Crabs are excited to announce our brand new party suite for groups up to 50 guests. It's double the space for double the fun for double the group, just $20 per person. Call group sales at 301-638-9788 to book your group today.
Hey, this is Devin Rodriguez, and you're listening to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Frank Martinez digs in to lead things off here in the bottom of the second, as Dwayne Belo gets back to work with a fastball for a called strike on the inside corner, 0-1. Martinez 5 for 13 in the series against New Britain, as this one comes inside, 1-1 we go.
I think it's nice to recognize a whole bunch of all-stars that we have on both of these teams tonight, being the all-star game for the MLB. Frank Martinez was an all-star this season for the Atlantic League.
Martinez, Rodriguez, and Vaughn, who are all due up, were all-stars for Southern Maryland. You had a couple for the Patriots. We mentioned Alfredo Rodriguez was the walk-off hero and the MVP in the game, as Martinez checks the swing, 2-2. On the other side, for the pitching staff, you had Belo and Corey Reardon, who made appearances. Belo tossed a scoreless inning. Rodriguez in that game, Alfredo that is, 3 for 3, with a game-tying RBI to even the game up, and then the walk-off winner. 2-2, Frank Martinez with a chopper up the middle. Backhand effort from Massey. He'll now throw across his body in plenty of time for out number 1. Belo getting a lot of ground balls to this point.
And clearly with the struggles in the outfield that we've seen, that's going to be key, because the infield's pretty good right now, then the outfield seems a little slick. So if you can keep the ball in the infield, you're going to be less prone to errors.
So Devin Rodriguez digs in for the lefty-lefty matchup. Rodriguez has struggled against left-handed pitching on the season. See if maybe he can turn that around here. Pulls a ground ball to first, backhanded just inside the line from Curtis, as he'll take it to the base himself for the 3 unassisted. 2 up, 2 down.
And if you're the Blue Crabs, I think they're going to be either telling Corey Vaughn, or honestly, I'm sure he knows himself, you want to extend this at bat as long as you possibly can. He'll probably take at least the first pitch. Don't let Belo get out of this inning that quickly.
6 pitches on the line for Belo to this point. His next pitch will be his 20th of the day. So that would put him at 10 per inning if Vaughn swings at the first pitch. But he takes, and it was outside, 1-0. So we'll never know if Vaughn did have the full stop sign or if he just knew that that pitch was missing. 1-0 as changeup misses outside. 2 balls and no strikes we go.
You were a coach, Brandon. Do you tell a power hitter like this in a game you're already trailing 1-0, do you tell him to take till he gets a strike, or do you just let him go right ahead?
In a 6-pitch inning like that?
Yeah.
Yes.
You tell him to take?
Especially against Belo, yes. 2-0 upcoming as this one misses outside, 3-0. With a guy, it depends on who's on the mound, but in the second inning this early, I'm telling him to take, because you've got an all-star in the form of Belo, who's been the best pitcher on Somerset all season when it comes to eating up innings, as Vaughn gets the 3-0 green light and will foul one off. That's a little surprising. I don't know if I'd have green lighted him there. But when you look at the numbers, Belo has been one of the best in the league all season, and you want to get him out of the game in as few innings as possible and get to the Somerset bullpen. So I'm taking as long as I possibly can to try to run up that pitch count and get him to that magic number of 100. 3-1, Vaughn with a line drive towards third. That's going to kick off the glove of Oberstay and into left field. A hot shot, and that's going to be ruled a single as it came off the bat quick from Vaughn. Oberstay not enough time to react, and Vaughn does extend the inning. And more importantly, he nearly doubled the pitch count of Belo in the inning as he took 5 pitches to get that single. So now it's not even a factor. You can't even call it a quick inning, as it'll take at least 12 to get it done with Austin Green heading to the plate.
You talk about guys like Freddie Freeman who see the pull shift on them and they say, I don't care. I'm hitting it where I hit it best. That's exactly what Vaughn did and somehow manages to split that narrow gap between short and third.
When exit velocity is so important in the game of baseball nowadays, nothing will beat the shift more than exit velocity when everybody is scared and has to get out of the way.
You're exactly right, 100%.
That's what happened to Oberstay there. He tried to make a one-hop quick play, but unable to do so as Green takes on the inside corner 1-1. Another thing I'd like to see here, we're talking about the Blue Crabs with 39 stolen bases. That's tied for last in the league. But a guy with Corey Vaughn on base who has some, I'd go on this 1-1 pitch and try to get him in scoring position with the opportunity for Green to drive him in. 1-1, Green swings through 1-2. I'm definitely going now on what's going to be considered a breaking ball count. And worst case scenario, Green gets a free count when he comes back up next inning. And when you look at the numbers, Austin Green this year, when he bats leadoff in an inning, is hitting 357. So that's the worst case scenario if Vaughn's on the run.
I completely agree.
1-2 upcoming. Vaughn stays put, and Green swings through a fastball that will retire the side as the Blue Crabs get another 2-out hit, but nothing to show for it. And no runs in the inning on 1 hit, no errors. 1 man left on base for Southern Maryland, and we'll head to the third with the 2-3-4 due up for Somerset when we return to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Blue Crabs fans, come celebrate the bluest birthday of them all on Friday night, August 17th. It's Pinch's birthday party with appearances by all of Pinch's mascot friends. After the game, stick around for a post-game cupcake drop brought to you by Pump It Up of Waldorf. That's right, cupcakes raining out of the sky from the outfield with prizes for some lucky contestants. For more information, visit somdbluecrabs.com/promotion or call 301-638-9788.
Hey kids, this is Daryl Thompson from the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Don't forget, every Sunday is Kids Day at the ballpark, brought to you by Waldorf Orthodontics. Every Sunday home game, kids can enjoy a pregame autograph session with me and other players, $3 ice cream helmets all day long, and free admission to Pinch's Playground. Post-game, you can all come on the field and run the bases. For more information, please visit our website at somdbluecrabs.com or call us at 301-638-9788.
Hey, this is Casey Delgado, and you're listening to Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Paul Clemens digs in to the rubber and delivers the first pitch to Ramon Flores. A pop-up in foul ground. Frank Martinez leaning against the wall will make the catch just inside the fence. And 1 pitch, 1 out starts the top of the third for Clemens. Martinez hampered a little bit by that play, but a good play. And now we'll limp back to third. Looks like he's good to go over there, though. That'll bring in Alfredo Rodriguez. Rodriguez flew out in his first at-bat, hitting .296 on the year for Somerset. As Clemens kicks in, delivers fastball outside, 1-0. We've seen Clemens tugging that fastball into the left-handed batter's box a lot here tonight. Seems to be a little bit overthrowing from what I'm seeing so far.
And it also looks like he's still guiding that fastball.
1-0, tugs it low and away again. 2 balls and no strikes.
Does it seem to you like he's leading with the elbow a little bit? Not as much as at the start of the game, but still a little bit there.
Yeah, I'm seeing what you're seeing. It doesn't quite look like he trusts his stuff as of right now. See if maybe he can adjust that. He tugs again, but this one does catch the outside corner. 2-1. Everything has been on that glove side all night, though. I guess that's good when you're facing righties. It forces them to go the other way, but not where you want to go sometimes when green's lined up inside. Ground ball to short here. Garcia will pick it up and fire across. 6-3 put out and 2 down in the inning. It is good to see Clemens maybe making some adjustments, though.
No, I agree. He comes in with a high fastball, whereas typically he would try to get a batter out with a curveball. Also, he always goes for the strikeout pitch, whereas in this inning, he's been kind of going right after batters. And
not even adjustments as far as from innings 1 to 3, but adjustments from what he's done in his last couple of outings, as he's given up 5 runs or more in 3 straight outings, including 2 against Somerset, in which he's gone 5 innings and given up 5 earned in both of those. The team is 1-4 in the last 5 starts for Paul Clemens, so he's got to find a way to keep him in this game and get a win for them. As a hot shot from Jermaine Curtis down the right field line. That's going to get down in fair territory. Curtis on his way to second. The throw comes in, and he'll hold up there with a stand-up 2-out double.
And that's tough if you're Clemens. A lot of stuff has been pulled against you this evening. A couple of groundouts to the right side, 1 ball foul to the right side, but Curtis is finally exploiting on what Clemens has been doing in terms of how he's been attacking right-handed hitters. Just take the ball where it's hit. He slaps one down the line, and a 2-out double changes this inning.
So now a runner in scoring position. There are 2 down, though, as Oberstay, who tripled to lead things off in the second, will dig in. First pitch from Clemens here in the at-bat to Oberstay misses, and the count goes to 1-0.
Oberstay came into this game 1 for 14 on the year, so that triple's got to help his confidence.
Breaking ball, that misses low and away. A good stop there from Green, though, as he's able to keep that one in front of him.
And it's interesting to see how the Patriots are responding after a lot of key players have left their squad. They're still 6-0 in this start to their second half. They already clinched a playoff spot, so maybe the Blue Crabs can catch them sleeping.
Clemens has to find the zone quickly, though, to Oberstay to get out of this inning as he kicks and delivers. Another one misses low and away. 3 balls and no strikes we go.
And you see him not only guiding, but he kind of came from a different arm slot than he ever comes from on that pitch. So a couple of interesting mechanical tributes to Clemens' outing thus far.
3-0, a big lead for Curtis. Clemens ignores it and delivers a fastball high for a 4-pitch walk to Oberstay. As now 2 on, 2 out in the inning, and that'll bring up Indy Chavez. Clemens, you could say laboring a bit out there, but you know it's just his work rate and speed is relatively low most of the times. The strikeouts are very high, though. As we mentioned, 59 coming into play today, or 58, excuse me. His 59th came earlier. That ties him for 7th in the Atlantic League as far as strikeout totals. The leader, Bennett Perry, is far and away absolutely dominating strikeouts. 104 strikeouts in 72 and 2/3 innings. Just 12 appearances for Perry. The next highest total in the league is 67. It's not even close for Bennett Perry. 1-0 here to Chavez. Is swung on and fouled back out of play. That's why Perry was voted the All-Star Game starter, and he got the ball in the first inning for the winning Liberty Division side. 6-1 with those 104 strikeouts are as good as it gets. If Perry continues that pace, I can't imagine that he doesn't catch the attention of some MLB team looking for some double or triple A depth with the September call-ups coming up shortly.
Yeah, I'm shocked that he hasn't already at least gotten some attention. I mean, that drop-off is just unheard of between 104 and 67. That's absolutely phenomenal.
Mitch Atkins has that 67, and he's helped by a 10-strikeout complete game shutout against Southern Maryland that we saw right before the All-Star break. But Perry has just been lights out on this season for the Long Island Ducks. Clemens looking for another strikeout, comes set for the 1-2. This could end the inning as he kicks and delivers. Breaking ball. Chavez thinks about offering, but able to lay off as this one bounces in front of the plate. Green gets a block on it to keep it in front of him. 2-2 we go.
Clemens a little bit tentative going after batters. I don't know if it's that, or I don't know if it's the fact that he's having some command issues. But if he can find the zone, he's just got to trust his defense.
The 2-2, he goes back to the breaking ball. That's going to bounce and get away from Green as he will now chase it down. Both runners able to advance on the wild pitch, though. Second and third, 2 outs, and a 3-2 count upcoming. Chavez already has a double in the game, the RBI double that scored Oberstay once. He stands on second. Jermaine Curtis is on third as Clemens comes set for the payoff pitch. Kicks and delivers. Chavez with a big cut, fouls it straight back.
Back in Chavez's long MLB career, in 2006 in the NLCS in Game 7, he robbed a Scott Rowland home run that ended up saving the game.
Chavez, you mentioned a long MLB career. Professional hitter is Indy Chavez. 40 years old now in the left-handed batter's box. As Clemens kicks and delivers. Broken bat flare here. Garcia and Martinez backing up. Martinez will call for it and make the catch, and that will retire the side. Clemens skates out of danger again as he gives up no runs on the one hit, no errors, 2 left on base in the inning. 1-0 still the score. Blue Crabs hanging on to the 1-run deficit. They'll look to tie it up or more in the bottom of the third with Angelis Nina leading off when we return to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Hey, this is Cash Beecham, and you're listening to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Are you looking for the latest and best in Blue Crabs gear? Look no further than the newly redesigned and restocked Crab Shack Team Store, anchored by EC Sports. The Team Store features everything from old favorites like game replica hats and t-shirts to novelty items and collectibles. You can visit our Team Store anytime 9 to 5, as well as during all home games. The Team Store is also available online by visiting somdbluecrabs.com and clicking the Store tab.
Hey fans, this is Sam Runyon, right-handed pitcher for the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Make sure you come out every Thursday for Foster's Grill Wings and Beer Night. For just $30, you can enjoy a ticket to the game and 2 hours of all-you-can-eat Foster's Wings and all-you-can-drink beer in the Legends Club from 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. For more information, please visit our website at somdbluecrabs.com or call us at 301-638-9788.
is Kalaika Kaho'ohalahala, and you're listening to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
9-1-2 due up here in the bottom of the third for the Blue Crabs. Angelis Nino will lead things off. He's followed by Ryan Strasburger and Edwin Garcia. First pitch, a low called strike on the outside corner to Nina. 0-1 goes the count. A generous low and outside corner. 0-1, Nina with a ground ball towards third. That one's handled by Oberste. He'll fire across to Curtis, and one down in the inning. That'll turn the lineup back over to the top as Strasburger will dig in for his second at-bat. He grounded out to short. Belo doing a good job of keeping the ball on the ground. 6 of his 7 outs have been recorded on ground balls. The only other is a strikeout. He's allowed 2 hits one time through the lineup, though, both with 2 outs, and he's been able to avoid danger as both were singles. And his first pitch misses high here, 1-0.
And if you're the Blue Crabs, you like the 2 hits the first time through the order, but it's the 2 outs part that doesn't help. If you can't string things together, 2-out hits aren't worth anything.
Lead-off base runners pay big dividends. It gives you a chance to get people over and set up, sacrifice flies where you don't necessarily need a hit to get somebody home. But when you get on with 2 outs, that means somebody's got to find a gap to get you across. See if maybe Strasburger can get on with 1 out. He's in a hitter's count, 2-1, as Belo, who actually works out of the stretch with the bases empty, comes set at the chest and delivers a fastball inside, 3-1. Not very often you see a starting pitcher work out of the stretch, but Belo hasn't necessarily been a starter forever. As I mentioned, 46 relief appearances last year. Maybe that mixed things up as Strasburger fouls one off behind the plate. He does have 182 minor league starts. In his career, he's made just over 100, 109 to be exact, relief appearances out of his 314 career games.
And that's interesting. Since he has a decent amount more starts, you might think he would work more out of the windup, but maybe he got into a groove out of the stretch and he thought, I'll stick with that.
3-2 as that one misses low and away, and Strasburger is aboard with the 1-out walk. The Blue Crabs have that 1-out base runner here. And maybe something he picked up at the major league level, honestly, because he did get called up to the majors. He was a starter in 2010 and 2011 in the Detroit Tigers organization. Got called up to the Tigers MLB, 14 games, but just 2 starts. And then the next season, back to AAA, 4 starts there, gets called up to the Tigers, makes 27 appearances, 26 in relief. As a check on first, back in safely is Strasburger. And then 2013 to the Miami Marlins organization halfway through, 13 starts in their AAA affiliate, but then 2 appearances out of the bullpen for the actual Miami Marlins, the MLB team. So he has just 3 starts at the major league level. Maybe he works out of the stretch knowing if he's going to get back, or at the time when he was in affiliated ball, if they were going to recall him back to the majors, it was going to be in a bullpen role.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Then he doesn't have to worry about switching back in between. Then you just stick with it out of the stretch.
1-0 the count to Edwin Garcia. As Belo comes set, a check back on first. Strasburger back in safely. Strasburger does have some speed over at first, 5 for 7. Stolen base opportunities this season. He's 3rd on the team.
I've got a couple of ideas, but why do you think it is that guys work out of the stretch that are relievers typically and then vice versa as a starter?
Give me 1 second as the 1-0 is upcoming, but actually first a check on first. Strasburger back in standing. I think the main thing is relievers don't always get clean innings. So you want to be as comfortable as you can when you come in bases loaded, 2 outs, and get told get an out or we lose the game. And you want to be as comfortable as you can so you pitch out of the stretch for the majority of your time, because that's the type of situations you get put in. Sometimes you do get clean innings as the 1-0 is delivered. A fastball in that low and outside corner again. 1-1 goes the count. Sometimes you do get clean innings, but it's not guaranteed the way it is as a starter. Every half inning, you're going to get a clean slate, so you might as well pitch out of the windup.
I agree. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Also, they have the liberty of being able to do that, so why not? Honestly, it can help if you're always pitching out of the same motion.
Chopper, that's one's fielded by Belo. He flips on to Rodriguez, on to first, and the 1-6-3 double play will retire the side. So the Blue Crabs unable to do anything with the one-out walk as quickly turn 2 and finishes the third. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. A 1-0 game as we head to the top of the fourth. Bottom of the order, 7-8-9, due up, and Andrew Banstra. We'll take you through that when we return to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Blue Crabs fans, come on out Wednesday morning, August 1st for the Blue Crabs annual Camp Day. The fun under the sun starts at 11 a.m., so fans from all walks of life who can't usually catch the boys of summer play under the stars are invited to join. A special group rate for 20 or more of just $8 for a ticket or $13 for a ticket and a meal make it a great outing. Call group sales at 301-638-9788 or visit somdbluecrabs.com for more info.
Shopping for groceries in a clean, friendly store? That's smart. Shopping for groceries in a clean, friendly store and saving some money while you're doing it? That's wise. At Wise Markets, you'll find all your favorite brands at prices you'll appreciate. That means more meat for less money, more dinner for less dinero, and more milk for less moolah. Stop by a Wise Market today.
Eat better, spend less, that's wise.
Hey, this is Andrew Daniel, and you're listening to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Welcome back to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network as we get set for the third of this inning of baseball. On the mound for his fourth inning of work is Paul Clemens. Clemens only 1 run allowed to this point. We mentioned in all of his last 3 starts, he's allowed 5 runs. So a little bit more solid today. The pitch count, not quite what you're looking for, but he gets the first strike of this inning across. And that comes to the first batter he sees, Justin Trapp. The 7-8-9 of the Patriots lineup due up. Trapp sees the second pitch and fouls it over to the left side in the vicinity of the Blue Crabs dugout, and he quickly finds himself in an 0-2 hole. Trapp rubs the glove and he'll step back into his right-handed batter's box. The tap of the plate, and here comes the windup from Paul Clemens. Comes home with the 0-2 and a bender, doesn't quite work its way back into the zone. 1-2 the count to the batter Trapp. Trapp hitting .256 on the year, .277 on the road. So trying to keep that average up as he fouls one straight back, and the count remains at 1-2. To this point in the game, Clemens has thrown 55 pitches already here in his fourth inning of work. Not too bad. It seems like more, though, because of his slower pace that he works at. It works for him, so here he comes out of the windup. The leg kick and the delivery puts a couple extra miles an hour on that one, but that works in Trapp's favor as he dribbles one out into shallow right field for a single, his first of the day, and that'll put the first runner of the inning on base in form of Trapp. So Trapp's leadoff single is going to bring up the next batter. It's the 8th batter in the lineup, who you typically think is just an average hitter. That's not the case for Mike Francoso. Francoso, the second best batter in terms of batting average on this whole Patriots team, coming in .308 on the year as the 2018 All-Star, 2 home runs and 26 RBIs for the lefty. Francoso plays third base, but he's also a outfielder playing center field today. Trapp goes on the pitch, a pitch out, and a quick one. Some speed on the legs of Justin Trapp puts him in scoring position with none down. It was a beautifully designed play by the Blue Crabs, a pitch out but the head-first dive made the difference by Justin Trapp. He slides in safely for a stolen base. That puts a runner in scoring position for Francoso. For Trapp, that is his 16th stolen base of the year in 22 tries. Check back to second. Clemens comes home out of the stretch, and a good pitch right on the outside corner, just where he's been throwing that to lefties all day, will even us up at 1-1. Mike Francoso, we're going to try to run through as many All-Stars as we can tonight, being that we're fresh off the All-Star break here in the Atlantic League, and not to mention the MLB All-Star game is tonight. So Mike Francoso, a 2018 All-Star in the Atlantic League. A check back to second. Paul Clemens saw that Edwin Garcia wasn't covering. He spikes into the ground. It doesn't really matter, as Martinez will do the job of picking it up for Clemens, and he'll give it back to him. Score 1-0 if you're just joining us. That run came in the top of the second inning when leading off the inning with a triple was Matt Oberstay. Following right back up with that was Andy Chavez, who had a ground rule double to bring Oberstay home. Clemens comes home with the 1-1 and airmails one into right field, does Francoso, but right to Teodoro Martinez. Martinez gets the catch. Trapp goes to third. A strong throw from Teodoro Martinez, cut off by Edwin Garcia. Probably a good cutoff for the shortstop Garcia, but nonetheless it puts the first out away of the inning for the Patriots. One down, one runner on. That runner stands on third base in the form of Justin Trapp, and that brings up the 9-hole hitter, Yovan Gonzalez. Gonzalez, the catcher, he was splitting time with Adam Weisenberger at the start of this season, and then Weisenberger decided to retire after the All-Star break, so Gonzalez, the number one catcher now for the Patriots. He's hitting .246 on the year. One at bat thus far in the game. He struck out in that bat in the second inning. First pitch to Gonzalez, a strike on the inner half, and he sees the infield in, making sure that Trapp doesn't snag home on a ground ball. We already saw the speed of Trapp, so it's going to take a very clean play and a solid strike to home from an infielder to get Trapp's speed. Curveball swung on through by Yovan Gonzalez, digs him into an 0-2 hole. This is the second time Gonzalez has come on with one down and a runner in scoring position. Last time he was struck out via the curveball from Paul Clemens. Clemens looking to replicate that here in a key situation in this ballgame. Clemens comes home with another bender, and this one strikes out Gonzalez for the second time on the evening. We mentioned Clemens, a big strikeout guy. That right there was his 60th strikeout on the year. To put that in perspective, in Clemens' make that limited time as a Blue Crab, he already has 60. Second best in the Atlantic League is 67 on the year. So in limited time, making huge strides at that second most in the Atlantic League. That puts two down for the leadoff hitter, Craig Massey, who takes a curveball on the outer half for strike number one. Only Clemens' second strikeout of the evening, both of them coming to Gonzalez. Massey 0 for 2 on the day. He grounded out to short, make that second and first. So 2 grounds out to the right side. Clemens has had his number to this point, would like to get that number once more and retire this 4th inning. Clemens out of the stretch, a curveball, his 5th curveball in the row. All 5 have been strikes, and Massey finds himself in an 0-2 hole. We know that Clemens has no problem at all relying on that curveball. He's not the typical pitcher where he'll throw, maybe 2 curveballs in a row. Not Clemens. He'll throw as many as he'd like to in a row, especially on a day where he doesn't necessarily have the fastball going. He'll easily rely on that curveball. Clemens set at the belt for the 0-2. Here comes the pitch. Another bender. This one chopped into the outfield. A broken bat line drive up the middle is going to plate another run. This one scoring in the form of Justin Trapp. So an RBI single by Craig Massey is going to put the Somerset Patriots up by a score of 2-0 here in this top of the 4th inning. It's a tough break for Clemens as he rebounded quite well after that leadoff single, and especially to have a broken bat line drive up the middle that was softly hit. I'd almost call it maybe a blooper just about in between a blooper and a line drive, I'd say. Nonetheless, that's going to bring up Ramon Flores, I should say, with one on, that runner at first and two down in the inning. Clemens set coming home with the pitch, and the pitch will miss inside, so that makes the count 1-0 to the batter Flores. Flores spent some time in the MLB, as we mentioned earlier, 3 years, one with the Yankees, one with the Brewers, and one with the Angels. Clemens comes home with the 1-0, fouled straight back, and that evens the count up at 1-1 to the batter Flores. Flores' most games in an MLB season came back in 2016 with the Milwaukee Brewers. Played 104 games in that season. This season for the Patriots, in a short time to this point after a pickoff move over to first, does not get the runner by Paul Clemens. As for Flores this year as a Patriot, he's hitting .261 with one home run and a trio of RBIs. Clemens set for the 1-1, a fake steal. Doesn't matter as a ground ball over to second is fielded easily by Nina, but Paul Clemens falls down on the pitch, comes up slowly and grabs at that hip. Hopefully for the Blue Crabs' sake, he's okay, as he's been very solid through his first 4 innings of work, allowing just 2 runs. One of those coming in this inning here in the 4th. It comes on an RBI single from Craig Massey. 2 hits in the inning for the Patriots, 1 run scored. No errors for the Blue Crabs, and 1 runner left on base for the Patriots. Puts us through 3.5 innings of baseball. When we come back, the Blue Crabs try to chomp their way back at this deficit they find themselves in, and they've got the meat of the order to do so. Teodoro Martinez, John Griffin, and Frank Martinez due up for the Blue Crabs, and we'll have it right here for you. So don't you go anywhere. We'll be right back on the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Hey, this is Austin Green, and you're listening to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Blue Crabs fans, come celebrate the bluest birthday of them all on Friday night, August 17th. It's Pinch's birthday party with appearances by all of Pinch's mascot friends. After the game, stick around for a post-game cupcake drop brought to you by Pump It Up of Waldorf. That's right, cupcakes raining out of the sky from the outfield with prizes for some lucky contestants. For more information, visit somdbluecrabs.com/promotion or call 301-638-9788.
Hey kids, this is Drake Britton, pitcher for the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. If you're under 12 years old, make sure to check out our Chick-fil-A Backfin Buddies program. For just $15, kids will receive free admission to every Friday home game this season, as well as a Backfin Buddies t-shirt and Pinch pencil pouch. During the games, all members wearing their t-shirt get to go on the field for the High Five Tunnel, as well as free admission to the kids' park and a free ice cream helmet. For more information, please visit our website at somdbluecrabs.com or call us at 301-638-9788.
Hey, this is Jose Gonzalez, and you are listening to the Blue Crab Broadcast Network.
Welcome back inside Regency Furniture Stadium. Teodoro Martinez sets off the Blue Crabs bottom of the 4th inning. He shows bunt, but bluffs it, and he pulls back for ball number 1. Martinez wiggles the bat in the box, and here comes the B-low pitch. No intention to swing by Martinez, and he shouldn't have. That makes the count 2-0 as the ball crosses. Martinez takes his time outside of the box, getting his signs from his third base coach, James Frisbee. Here comes the 2-0 from Belo, chopped back foul on a good fastball from Belo, attacking Teodoro Martinez. 2-1 the count. Teodoro on the year, a .287 hitter. That average has climbed up and down all season. When it's climbing up, it's coming when he's at home. He's hitting .384 at home this year. Teodoro chops one over to the left side, and he'll get foul, so that makes the count 2-2. As we have been all night, we're recognizing All-Stars. So this being the MLB All-Star night, the All-Star game coming about 30 miles up the road in Washington, D.C. this evening. Teodoro Martinez was a 3-time All-Star in his time in the minor leagues. Teodoro finds himself with a 2-2 count to Dwayne Belo. steps out, requests time, and it is granted. So he'll step back in for the 2-2 once more. Martinez awaits the Dwayne Belo pitch out of the stretch. Belo gets his sign. Now he's set, coming home with the pitch. The 2-2 drilled and foul once again. If Belo hasn't done his homework on Teodoro, which I'm sure he has, Teodoro's not a guy that's going to strike out easy. And if you're Dwayne Belo and you want to make it deep into this game, guys you want to avoid are those such as Teodoro Martinez and Edwin Garcia, who can work you into very deep counts. 2-2 the count, and Dwayne Belo set for yet another pitch on the 2-2. This one catches the outside corner, and just as I mentioned the fact that he doesn't strike out quite often, one of those rare strikeouts comes off the left hand of Dwayne Belo. Belo retires Teodoro on strikes, and that'll bring up the second batter of this Blue Crabs inning. It comes in the form of the cleanup hitter, John Griffin, and Griffin is the type of guy that can easily change the game on a flip of a coin. Griffin, a .257 hitter in limited time. Only 20 games played as a Blue Crab, and he already has a total of 5 home runs. So just about a home run in every 4 games as he'll foul one back, and the count goes to 0-1 to the big righty. 0-1 to the former Long Island Duck, former York Revolution player. And now Blue Crab as he sees Dwayne Belo on the bump, preparing for the 0-1 pitch. Griffin only hitting .185 against lefties this year, so struggling against left-handed pitchers. Trying to change that against Belo as a fastball will miss well outside. Falling off to the first base side was Belo, and we see the count even up at 1-1. Belo had some decent MLB time. He spent a good amount of time in the MLB. He had 3 years between the Tigers and the Marlins as Griffin swings through a pitch, was trying to change the game on one swing of the bat instead. The count goes to 1-2 to the righty. As for Belo, he had, once again, 2 years with the Tigers, 1 with the Marlins. In those 3 MLB seasons, he combined for a 2-4 record, a .427 ERA. Mostly relief appearances, as we mentioned earlier, as the 1-2 comes home, swung through by the batter John Griffin, and that puts the second Blue Crab in a row down on strikes. Something that Dwayne Belo hasn't necessarily been doing much to this point in the day. He came into this 4th inning with only 1 strikeout on his ledger, 2 hits allowed, but still only 1 strikeout. And now he has 3 after back-to-back strikeouts, 1 looking and 1 swinging. Brings up Frank Martinez with 2 down and none on. The Belo delivery chopped over to the right side, gobbling it up at second with no issue is Massey. He flips on to first, and Jermaine Curtis puts it away with ease. That puts us through 4 complete innings of baseball here in Waldorf, Maryland. In the inning for the Somerset Patriots, they had no errors, and as for the Blue Crabs, no runs, no hits, and no runners left on base. When we come back, it's Paul Clemens back out on the mound for his 5th inning of work. We'll have it right here for you, folks, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back on the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Hey, this is Ryan Strasburger, and you're listening to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Blue Crabs fans, what's more American than baseball and a barbecue cookout? Quite frankly, the two go together like stars and stripes, rockets and red glare, and liberty and the pursuit of happiness. So when you come to Regency Furniture Stadium's all-you-can-eat picnic pavilion, you get both at a great price. The best part is that groups from 20 to 400 plus can enjoy the picnic pavilion, and when you include this home run of a deal with the kids park, paddle boats, and on-field fun, you have a grand slam of an opportunity. Call today at 301-638-9788 to speak with a sales executive or visit somdbluecrabs.com for more information.
This is Rick Meehan, Mayor of Ocean City, Maryland. For everyone who's put off planning a vacation this summer, I've got good news for you. Ocean City, Maryland is a procrastinator's paradise. We've got 10 miles of free beach, an amazing 3-mile boardwalk, golf, fishing, shopping, dining, and free events 7 nights a week, including fireworks, boardwalk light shows, dance parties, and movies right on the beach. It's not too late. Book a visit today at ococean.com. That's ococean.com.
the Blue Crab Broadcast Network.
Welcome back inside Regency Furniture Stadium for the fifth inning of baseball. Paul Clemens back out on the mound for his fifth inning of work, and that brings up Alfredo Rodriguez to face him. Clemens' first pitch fouled off by Rodriguez. Makes the count 0-1 to the right-handed hitter.
Rodriguez 0 for 2, a fly out and a ground out to this point. Only thing that's left for Clemens to get him is the strikeout. So see if maybe he can get his third of the game. He has just 2, both to Yovan Gonzalez to this point.
Trying to change that tide and get one against somebody else as Rodriguez digs back in the box. The 0-1 catches upstairs and working ahead in the count. Something Clemens has struggled to do this evening. He does it here against the 3-hole Rodriguez.
Has struggled with the command. He's pulling less pitches now. We see him at least coming to the inside spot, even though that led to a couple of hits last inning.
Curveball chopped over to the left side, but foul, fielded by the third base coach, and that keeps the count at 0-2. Both him and Belo at least once or twice in this game. More so Clemens, but Belo's done it. They've fallen off to either the third base side for Clemens or the first base for Belo. As a chopped ground ball over to short is gobbled up and tossed across the infield. Garcia puts away the first batter and his counterpart shortstop Rodriguez for out number 1. So one down in the inning, and what has started to move quicker in a game that was a little bit slower paced in the first third. The second third going a little bit quicker, and that brings up the cleanup hitter, Jermaine Curtis.
Clemens at 72 pitches heading to this at-bat against Curtis. 46 strikes, 26 balls. The 2 runs in 4 innings sets him up for a spot at a quality start. It would be his first in over a month if he could get it, as he spikes a curveball here. He's got to get through 2 more innings, though.
And he's really started to kind of come into his zone. At the end of last inning, he was grooving those curveballs. He threw 5 in a row, all for strikes. One was a strikeout. The next was an 0-2 count. But then it seems as though at some points he's really getting the fastball going, and then he gets the curveball. If he can get them both at the same time, that would be ideal, as a high pop fly to shallow center is right to Corey Vaughn, who puts it away with ease for out number 2. The 2 down situation rests on the shoulders of Matt Oberstay, who comes on 1 for 1 on the day. He had a triple and later scored a run in the second. He walked on 4 pitches in the third.
Oberstay is going to look to extend the inning. We talked about it earlier with Belo's pitch count. Clemens obviously a little bit higher, but you still don't want him to cruise through a 1-2-3 inning. He's yet to do that to this point. Oberstay is going to have to reach base to extend this.
Clemens looking to do just that as he gets across a curveball for strike number 1 to Oberstay. It seems like he's really finding his groove and not really too late, as Blue Crabs do need to give him at least 2 runs of offensive support, you would think.
Coming into the game, you knew that they needed to get some offensive support. You can never expect a complete game shutout from a pitcher, so you know coming in you'll need likely 3 or more, as a chopper goes foul here. Three or more is the ideal situation for this Blue Crabs team. When you look at the season, when they score more than 3, they're 23-12. Less than that, they're 6-28.
You know, something that's always stuck with me is when a high school coach once told me, when he saw everybody in the dugout getting down on themselves when we allowed the other team to score first, he said to us, hey, you need to score 1 to win anyways, so why get down on yourself when the other team puts up the first run? That's something that's always stuck with me, and the Blue Crabs could use that mentality as well. The 0-2 from Clemens misses well outside. He really let that curveball slip out of his hand. You wonder if it had anything to do with the wet conditions on the play of field, but I wouldn't think so. Makes the count 1-2 to the 5-hole hitter. He comes up, Matt Oberstay. We mentioned all the All-Stars we can tonight, and Oberstay, a 2016 American Association All-Star. Coming home with the 1-2 and missing well outside again. Not as far outside, but Clemens bounces the curveball and evens things at 2-2. Lots of All-Stars today, Brandon, but I will tell you that your trivia question of the day does not have anything to do with All-Stars.
Okay. That's a good hint.
As Clement comes home with the 2-2 pitch, he'll miss outside. And after we talked about how well he had done against coming after batters, he falls from 0-2 to 3-2. I guess not much of a hint, but a hit nonetheless. Clemens set and ready to deliver the full count pitch. Here he comes out of the windup with the pitch home, and it'll miss low and outside. So after starting what seemed to be a promising at bat, trying to get the 1-2-3 inning, he ends up walking the batter after going up 2-0. Make that 0-2. That brings up Andy Chavez. Chavez on the game. He is 1 for 2. He had a ground rule double back in that second inning that scored Oberste. He also has a fly out over to third that led off the third inning. Chavez, the designated hitter, sees the first pitch come inside but catch the strike zone for strike number 1. We talked about the extensive tenure of Andy Chavez. He's got some serious MLB time. A very impressive player that has made a big footprint on the game of baseball, now at 40 years old, as you mentioned. He sees the 0-1 pitch and slaps it over to the left side and falls behind 0-2.
Chavez, a professional hitter, too, despite the 0-2 count. You know he'll choke up, fight to stay in the at-bat. He's a tough strikeout, like a couple of the guys that we see on the Blue Crabs. So Clemens is still going to have to work to get this inning here. You know he likes to go to the curveball, but Chavez has seen those for 30 years now.
Clemens also a professional pitcher, as a ball's going to bounce off of his glove and end up being a single. That's a really, really tough break if you're Paul Clemens.
He went back to the fastball, and Chavez caught up to it. That happens sometimes, and now after 2 quick outs on about 6 pitches, you've got first and second with another guy that's already got a hit, and Justin Trapp coming to the plate.
It's the second time Clemens has had a really tough break this evening. You consider the rough starts he's had in the past. When he finally has his stuff, if you're him, you really just want to do well. He had a triple that ended up coming to be a triple because Corey Vaughn slipped due to the wet field. Now one bounces off his glove, and he finds himself with 2 on and 2 down. Trapp comes set and prepares for the Clemens delivery. That pitch misses on the inner half and downstairs. 1-0 the count. Trapp has some serious speed. Frank Martinez playing slightly accordingly in a situation where you don't expect the bunt. Set in the right-handed batter's box is Trapp. Clemens comes set for the pitch. Gets his sign from Green and comes home with the pitch. He'll catch the inside corner, or so it appeared so. Not the case, and 2-0 goes the count to the batter Trapp.
You really want to get out of this inning. 2 is about all you want to get. We were just talking about the shutout situation and how you can never really expect that out of a pitcher, but you never really want to give up anything over the quality start. 6 innings, 3 runs, so got to figure out a way to finish this frame. Might have a shot here.
The ball gets over to the right side. Teodoro Martinez gives chase, and that ball is going to land just inches foul. If that ball drops in fair territory, my guess is that scores 2.
That's easily a 2-out triple if that one stays on that chalk line and kicks up some dust, but gets just foul and saves a couple of runs. To add to our thought on the shutout, at the MLB level this season, there's only been 14 complete game shutouts. To date, there were only 26 last year. The shocking part to me was Irvin Santana led the league last year with 3 of those.
I think he may have had a perfect game or a no-hitter last year, too. He's a guy that surprises you, especially as he climbs the age ladder. As the pitch comes home from Paul Clemens, most of the Blue Crabs on the field ran off thinking it was strike 3. It was not. 3-1 the count.
You saw a lot of guys head to the dugout, which is confusing because it was a 2-1 count. Like you said, it just made it 3-1, but 3 or 4 guys started to head to the dugout on a 2-1 pitch.
Clemens looking to get out of this inning so they can head back. A chopper over to third will get foul, fielded by Frank Martinez. And after Paul Clemens looked like he may have had a 1-2-3 inning, he now finds himself with a full count and 2 runners on here with 2 down.
That means the head start, which means a single scores at least one easily. Anything in the gap scores two with ease. Got to be very careful here with the runners on the move on first motion to the plate.
Especially with Justin Trapp, he's always at least a double, probably a triple threat, and a ball in a gap. A ball's going to be lined down the left field line. It'll hit off the Legends Club, and it'll get foul. That will return the runners to their respective bases, and we'll do the full count once more.
With the laboring that Clemens is showing right now, you see him taking his time even more than he normally does in between pitches. You've got Jason Creasy up and warming in the Blue Crabs bullpen. This might be the last batter for Clemens, regardless of the outcome.
It very well could be. He'd like to exit the game here on this pitch and maybe come out for a sixth. We'll see what happens as stepping up to the plate for his 3-2 once more is Justin Trapp. Set for the full count. Here comes the payoff pitch, and it's drilled down the left field line. That probably means 2 runs. It at least means 1, as 1 will score, but holding on the brakes at third base is Endy Chavez. So a 2-out double is going to score 1 more run, and that may be the day for the pitcher Clemens.
You can't let this get too far out of hand, as here comes Frisbee, and see if he throws up the right hand to the bullpen. He hasn't yet, so it might just be a prototypical mound visit to try to buy some time for Creasy to finish getting ready. But you definitely can't let this game, get too far out of hand. Another single here from Francoso, and you're talking about a 5-0 game.
And it's rough for Paul Clemens, because after that play that could have been earlier in this inning, the one that tips off the end of his glove, not to mention he was up 0-2 with 2 down before letting on a pair of runners, one of which just crossed home plate for the 3rd run of this ball game for the Patriots. It's gone from what could have been a 2-0 game heading into the bottom of the 5th to what could be broken open now by the batter Mike Francoso. Francoso on the day 0 for 1, also a walk. Curveball comes in on the outside corner, strike number 1 from Clemens.
We mentioned the 7 RBIs on the season against Southern Maryland. We'll see if he can add to that tally here. Clemens going to hope to end the inning. His team would still be right in this. 3 runs is not insurmountable, but 5 could provide a little bit different story if he can't get Francoso out.
We'll see how Clemens attacks Francoso in this key situation. He comes with a curveball inside, bouncing its way across home plate, and that evens up the count at 1-1.
Yovan Gonzalez is on deck. He's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. If I'm Clemens here, I'm not giving up a hit to Francoso. He's either getting out or I'm giving him a free pass. I'm not putting anything in a spot that he can do anything with it.
I agree, and that's exactly what he did in Francoso's first time up. He walked him on 5 pitches, and it was maybe a little bit of a pitch-around situation as the pitch comes in. 2-1 now the count, as another curveball is going to make its way inside and in the dirt.
I'd throw that pitch, and Francoso can either swing over it and strike out, or he can take the 5-pitch walk here. I'd go right back to it 2 more times. Take my chances against the guy that's struggling at the plate, and Gonzalez, not just today, but only a 246 average on the season, as opposed to Francoso's 308.
The only thing you worry about with the wet field conditions is a ball skidding across the dirt and getting back to the backstop. Nothing to worry about there as the count evens up at 2-2. Francoso hits 1 foul.
That pitch wasn't in the zone either. He buried a fastball in on the hands. There was no way Francoso could turn on that. Jammed him a little bit. That's why I got the foul ball. So I agree with you. You got to be careful with the curveball getting past Green, but he's done a good job of controlling the pitches on the night thus far. Just 1 wild pitch on a number of balls in the dirt.
Here comes the 2-2. It catches the inside corner, or so it appeared. A good 2-seam from Clemens. Tails back in, but not enough. So the count works its way full for the 3rd time in 4 batters. That comes after a quick start to this inning by Clemens, looking to end it right where it is. You'd have to think, should Francoso reach base, it's Creasy's time. As here comes Clemens home with the pitch, a close pitch low and inside. Will walk the batter Francoso. No movement in the dugout from Frisbee yet, as he checks down to see if Creasy's ready.
I think I'm taking my chances with Clemens against Gonzalez here.
I agree.
I know that Creasy would kind of make sense to try to get out of the jam, but Clemens has the 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Gonzalez is the last batter he faces either way. He reaches base, his day's done. He gets him out, he goes 5 innings, 3 runs. Not the best start, not the worst.
And much better than his last 3, all of which he allowed 5 runs in, as strike 1 will cross to the batter, Gonzalez. 0-1 the count to the catcher. You mentioned the 2 strikeouts on the day. Both of them have come with runners in scoring position. Both of them came with 1 out. Here we are with the bases loaded and an 0-1 count and 2 down as the fastball misses well inside to Gonzalez.
That one got up and in and put a little scare into Gonzalez there. That could have brought a run home if that would have caught him. On the season, Gonzalez with the bases loaded, 1 for 6 with 3 RBIs.
So he's a guy that's been able to come through once. He doesn't have a chance for a sac fly here, so he's got to get something in the field of play. A strike 2 crosses on the outside corner. Clemens works ahead in the count, 1-2.
Got to be real careful. You know he wants to go to the curveball here and try to get the strikeout, but you got to be real careful with it. You got to make sure it gets in a spot where Green can handle it. If you have a guy 1-2 that you've struck out twice already, the last thing you want to do is spike one at 58 feet or so and allow a run to cross for free.
1-2 the count from Clemens. Comes home with the pitch, spikes a curveball, but Green has done a tremendous job putting his body in front of the ball this evening, being a second backstop for the Blue Crabs, and that stops the run from scoring, but moves the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Green was all the way at the back line of the left-handed batter's box to stop that. So a great stop from him. And now 2-2. See if maybe Clemens can blow a fastball by Gonzalez and get out of here.
We'll see what he comes with. He does come with a fastball, but it's hit hard into right field. Teodoro Martinez gives chase. 1 run scores, and the second will do the same. So a 2 RBI double from Yovan Gonzalez. He's going to score 2, halt the third Patriot from scoring, but still that kind of breaks the game open, Brandon. Now 4 runs on the ledger for Paul Clemens. You'd think that's his day. Make that 5 on the day for Clemens.
And there comes Frisbee, so that is going to finish off the day for Clemens. He'll give way to Creasy. So what could have been a quick 1-2-3 inning turns into a big 3-run inning that's not over yet. 2 men still in scoring position. Creasy's going to have to stop the bleeding here as he comes in from the bullpen.
He comes in with a tough situation. We'll get you everything you'd ever need to know on Jason Creasy right when we return on the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
History of our national pastime at the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown. See priceless treasures that will bring your baseball memories to life. Cooperstown is where you, your family, and your friends can relive baseball's greatest moments and honor the all-time greats of the game. Plan your family visit today at baseballhall.org.
Pet lovers, kick off the Labor Day holiday right and join the Blue Crabs on Sunday night, September 2nd for our final Bark in the Park night of the season. The game has a special start time of 6:35, and the first fans through the gates receive Blue Crabs dog collars brought to you by 98.7 WMZQ. Call 301-638-9788 or visit somdbluecrabs.com for more information.
Jason Creasy, the pitcher, in to relieve Paul Clemens here in this top of the 5th inning. 3 runs already scored from the Patriots on the day. In the first batter to face off against Creasy is Craig Massey. First pitch, swing and a miss, 0-1 the count. The pitcher, Jason Creasy, comes in the 6'4", 235 righty out of Clayton, North Carolina. Brandon's got all the numbers on him.
As a whole, 30th appearance of the season for Creasy. 27 have come with the Blue Crabs. He's 1-1 with a 3.22 ERA here in Southern Maryland. He's got 30 strikeouts in 22 and a third inning since joining the team.
So a pretty good number line for the pitcher Creasy, looking to keep that right where it is and stop any more runs from scoring off of the hands of Paul Clemens for his number line. Creasy comes home with the pitch, chopped over to the left side, and that gets through. 1 run scores. Here comes the second. Strasburger won't come home with the throw, so 2 more runs will score. That makes the score 7-0 in favor of the Patriots. The 2 RBI single from Craig Massey. He already has 3 on the night.
Those 2 runs will be charged to Paul Clemens. So now 7 earned runs on the tally for Clemens, as this inning busted this game wide open. 5 runs in the 5th. And now Creasy's just going to try to finish off this inning and get his guys up to bat. The 9th batter in the inning as Ramon Flores is up.
Trying to keep that right where it is. You don't want the lineup to hit through more than once. As Flores comes, he is 0 for 2 on the day as the ball will miss downstairs. 1-1 the count. Flores, a .261 hitter, 1 home run, 3 RBIs on the year. The lefty awaits the pitch from Creasy that misses inside. He works his way ahead, and the count does Flores. 2-1 the count. Creasy sets up shop on the first base side of the rubber. He comes set with the glove over the face. Here comes the 1-1. It catches right down Broadway, and the count moves to make that 2-2.
Line is final now for Paul Clemens. 4 2/3 innings. He gives up 8 hits, 7 runs, all of them earned. He walked 3 in the game as well. Struck out 2.
2-2 will remain the count to the batter, Ramon Flores. He digs back into the box, does number 11.
So now 4 straight outings for Clemens with 5+ runs earned.
Here comes the 2-2 once more. A bender gets Flores to swing right through it, and that retires the Patriots side of the 5th inning. Not before they can put some serious damage on the Blue Crabs. That comes off no errors from the Blue Crabs. 1 runner left on base, but at the same time, 5 runs coming on 4 hits, and that breaks this game open. The score now 7-0, and the Patriots looking to make themselves 7-0 here in this second half. The Blue Crabs trying to change that, and in order to do that, it'll be Devin Rodriguez, Corey Vaughn, and Austin Green due up for the Blue Crabs when we return on the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Hey, this is David Wayne Russo, and you're listening to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Calling all Jedis, please report to Regency Furniture Stadium on July 28th for Star Wars Night as the Blue Crabs take on Long Island. This night will feature an appearance by Jedi Saber Combat and a post-game fireworks spectacular. For more information on this or other exciting events throughout the season, please visit our website at somdbluecrabs.com or you can call us at 301-638-9788.
This is Brandon Compton, right-handed pitcher for the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Join our team every Friday home game as we honor those who serve our country by remembering everyone deployed. Every Red Friday, the team will wear red jerseys brought to you by Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation. All active and former military members receive $5 tickets with their ID. For more information or to get tickets today, please visit us online at somdbluecrabs.com or call us at 301-638-9788.
Vaughn, and you're listening to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Welcome back inside Regency Furniture Stadium as we get the bottom of the 5th inning underway. Corey Vaughn, the first batter to come up to face. Make that Corey Vaughn on deck. Devin Rodriguez up to the plate. First pitch from Belo catches upstairs, and that makes the count to the batter Rodriguez, 0-1.
Blue Crabs still with just the 2 hits on the game. A single from Teodoro Martinez in the first and a single from Corey Vaughn in the second as Rodriguez falls behind 0-2. Both of those hits have come with 2 outs in innings.
That's not what you're looking for. They did get 1 runner on via the walk with 1 out. But you got to get runners off, especially to lead off innings, as Devin Rodriguez doesn't appear as though he'll do that as a high fly ball to left is put away by the left fielder Ramon Flores for out number 1. 1 down brings up Corey Vaughn. Vaughn comes up 1 for 1 on the day with a single in the middle of that shift that he hit into. Came into the game as a .209 hitter on the year. Came into the game with 42 hits on the year, 19 of them extra base hits, 11 of them home runs. He comes up with 1 down and none on. Not as heavy of a shift against him, even though he hit right through it last time. And the count moves to 1-0 as the pitch from Dwayne Belo will miss outside.
Vaughn will never get cheated on a swing. That's why you see so many extra base hits on his hit total this year. Anytime he makes contact, it's going to be very hard as he sends a fly ball right back towards us.
That ball was hit very high, but not very far. Not very far backwards, I should say, as it barely escapes play, and that keeps the at-bat alive for Vaughn, and 1-1 the count.
Even that went 40, 50 feet in the air from Vaughn before it came towering down. A big cut, and I mentioned it the other day, I've never seen anybody foul more balls straight back than Corey Vaughn. He's right on almost everything.
You're exactly right. When he gets his bat on the ball, it's scary for everybody in the way. The 1-1 misses upstairs, and the count moves to 2-1. We mentioned we're trying to give as many all-star shout-outs as possible this evening. Corey Vaughn, the son of Greg Vaughn, who was a 4-time all-star in the MLB. Tonight being the all-star game in the MLB, we want to give those shout-outs as Corey Vaughn has a chance to beat out a single. He dives head first into first base, something that is generally looked down upon in the game of baseball. In that situation, it was brilliant as Corey Vaughn gets his second single of the night.
Curtis was chasing after him. Vaughn took a step to his right and laid out to avoid the tag, and that is the hustle that you like to see. You're down 7 runs. You can easily just give yourself up, get tagged out from Curtis, and say, okay, well, save myself for tomorrow and the second half run. But Corey Vaughn going after it with everything, as if everything's on the line, gets himself on base with a single. See if maybe Green can fire something up here and get something going.
First pitch, Green sees airmailed but over to the right side. And that makes the count 0-1. But, you know, that's the second time in as many blowouts here at Regency Furniture Stadium that I've seen Corey Vaughn absolutely hustle with everything he has when the game realistically seems out of hand. That, in my mind, I respect him more than anything in that situation, because anybody can just give up, but it takes a real hard player to go after it with everything you got. 0-2 the count to the batter Green, and after this next pitch, Brandon will receive his baseball trivia of the night.
You better hope it's not a double play to end the inning.
Let's hope it's not, as the 0-2 pitch looms from Dwayne Belo. Belo, a long look at first. Here comes the pitch to Green that'll miss inside. 2-2 the count.
You got lucky.
So Dwayne Belo, we mentioned earlier this year there was a pitcher that allowed Alex Rodriguez's 500th MLB home run. Now, Dwayne Belo allowed Hideki Matsui's 500th professional home run, combined between his time in Japan and his time in the MLB. I was going to give you a little bit of a tougher one, but instead I'm going to give you what I hope is a curveball of a question, as a ball's going to be looped into center. Out number 2 comes on the fly out to center. That brings up Angelis Nina. But This is a little bit of a trick question, though. In what year did Hideki Matsui win the MVP?
All right, give me a few.
Nina,
I'll take my half inning.
Nina comes up, takes a check swing. He's been absolutely on fire against the Patriots this year. Coming into this game, he was a .500 hitter against Somerset, 9 for 18 on the season.
He'll have to find a gap here. Vaughn, a great base runner at first, but with 2 outs, you got to put something in the gap to get a run across.
I would think about trying to send him over to second, but we'll see if he does, as the next pitch will miss a little bit outside.
Looks like he's got a very short lead over at first. I don't know if they're reading the left-hander Bilo as well as they have some other pitchers that they've gotten some steals on. We saw 5 stolen bases on, I believe, Saturday or Sunday against New Britain in one game, but Bilo, you don't see really any movement, a lot of leaning back towards first from the runners.
And it's tough. He's a guy that works out at the stretch quite frequently, as we've mentioned, so he's very comfortable working out of the stretch, which helps considering that's always what he throws out. Never mind the fact that he also changes up his looks a lot, so it can really be tough on runners. Nina prepares for the 1-1. He'll drill this one into deep center. It hangs up a little bit more than it looked as though it did, and that's a deep pop fly, but nonetheless, another pop out to center field is going to retire the side for the Blue Crabs. They put up 4 batters, only 1 hit, no runs, 1 runner left on base, and no errors for the Patriots. That puts us through 5 complete innings of baseball here in Southern Maryland. And when we come back, it's Jason Creasy out for the 6th inning. We'll have it right here on the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Fans, is your family or work holiday party looking for a venue this coming fall or winter? Look no further than the newly renovated Legends Club at Regency Furniture Stadium, brought to you by the Blue Crabs. Numerous food and drink options and great flexible features mean the Legends Club will make your event the hit of the season. Call a sales executive today at 301-638-9788 for more information, or visit somdbluecrabs.com.
This is Austin Green from the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Join us every Tuesday home game as we turn 2 with our new Double Play Tuesdays. These nights, tickets are buy one, get one free in the box office, as well as BOGO on select items at the concession stands. For more information or to get tickets today, please visit us online at somdbluecrabs.com or call us at 301-638-9788.
Hey, this is Drake Britton, and you're listening to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Welcome back inside Regency Furniture Stadium, where we are bringing you live baseball from Southern Maryland as Jason Creasy comes out to pitch the 6th inning. The first pitch he throws will miss inside, and that makes the count 1-0 to the batter Alfredo Rodriguez. Rodriguez led off last inning as well. That's never a good sign for the opposing team, as strike 1 will cross. 1-1 the count. In that top of the 5th inning, the opposing Patriots were able to bat around and plate 5 runs. All of them credited to Paul Clemens, although Jason Creasy did come in at the end of that inning as 1-2 goes the count to Rodriguez.
Rodriguez is the only Patriot not to reach base in the game to this point. He's 0 for 3. Everyone else has at least drawn a walk, if not gotten a hit.
Dribbles one over to the left side, hustling it out, and for the 2nd time in a row, he will ground out to his counterpart shortstop, make that 3 times on the day that Alfredo Rodriguez has done that. Once again, the only Patriot to not reach base, but if you're the Blue Crabs, that's a bad sign that 8 of the 9 hitters in this Patriot lineup have already reached base, and here we are just in the top of the 6th. Nonetheless, that will be the first Patriots out of this top of the 6th, and that brings up Jermaine Curtis. Strike one crosses on a curveball from Creasy to Curtis. 0-1 the count. Curtis so far in the game, 1 for 3. He has a double that came back in the third inning. On deck, Matt Oberstay, and in the hole, Endy Chavez. Long wiggles of the bat from Curtis don't come to pay dividends for him as he sees himself fall behind in the count, 0-2. Creasy, unlike Clemens, coming right after every batter he's seen in his time so far on the mound in this game. Creasy comes home with the pitch and just does catch the outside corner. A long pause before the call for strike number 3 made me wonder, but it is a strikeout, the first of the evening from Creasy, and he's well on his way to a 1-2-3 inning with the batter Matt Oberstay coming up.
I guess I'm out of time, so I got to answer your question, don't I?
Yeah, I was just about to mention, you got to answer it.
Give it to me one more time if you don't mind.
Yes, so here comes the pitch to Oberstay. Is this dribbled over to the right side? Now, Brandon, I'm going to give you the...
Sweet, I bought another half inning.
That's what I was going to ask. Do you want to try to answer the question now, or do you want to buy some time?
I'll get you it at the beginning of the bottom of the 6th. You can tell me the question in between innings. Just
Sounds good. I will repeat it when we come back on the broadcast. But anyways, Brandon is on the hot seat when we return. Also when we return, the Blue Crabs on the hot seat, finding themselves in a 7-0 deficit. It's the top of the order in the form of Ryan Strasburger, Edwin Garcia, and Teodora Martinez. We'll have it right here for you, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back on the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Hey, this is James Frisbee, and you're listening to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Blue Crabs fans, on Friday night, September 14th, the Blue Crabs will honor all of those brave men and women who risk their lives for ours every day as we host First Responders Night. First responders will receive special ticket discounts, and active and retired military can too, as it is the final Remember Everyone Deployed Friday night, brought to you by Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation. That night, the Blue Crabs will auction off their red jerseys for a worthwhile military charity. It's also College of Southern Maryland's 60th birthday bash, brought to you by College of Southern Maryland Alumni and Friends Connection. So whatever your reason, come finish the regular season with the Blue Crabs. Get your tickets today at somdbluecrabs.com or call 301-638-9788.
Washington sports fans, rock your red, wear your curly W's, and break out your burgundy and gold for Washington Sports Night on Friday night, August 10th. That night, there will be a special Washington Sports t-shirt giveaway for the first fans in attendance, so arrive early, and don't miss a special appearance by the Racing Presidents from Nationals Park. To get your tickets today, stop by the E-Trepid box office, visit somdbluecrabs.com, or call 301-638-9788.
Hi, this is Ryan Chafee, and you're listening to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
The Blue Crabs are due up in their half of the 6th inning. They find themselves in a 7-0 hole against the dominant Dwayne Belo as he crosses with strike number 1 to the leadoff hitter Ryan Strasburger. 0-1 the count. Strasburger, the left fielder for the Blue Crabs, just about the everyday left fielder, will drill one into where the shortstop would typically be, and for the first time on the day, the shift has come back to haunt the Patriots.
4th hit of the day for the Blue Crabs against Belo. See if Edwin Garcia can get something going. Speaking of Belo, I believe he was a focal point in your trivia question of the day.
He was. He allowed the 500th professional home run combined between his time in Japan and the MLB to Hideki Matsui. My trivia question was, in what year was Matsui the MVP?
So I'm going to go, I've got 2 guesses, but I'm going to go with the one that I think is right most. And I'm going to say 2009. The Yankees won the World Series, and I believe Hideki Matsui was the World Series MVP.
You got it right. That was the answer. I thought that was a little bit of a tricky one, but you got it precisely right. As the ball's going to be smacked into deep right field, hangs up a little bit long, and getting under it without an issue is Trapp. What seemed exciting at first turned out to be nothing but out number 1, and that brings up Teodora Martinez.
My only concern with your question,
yes,
the reason I was a little bit confused, but I know you're a Yankees fan, and I believed they won the World Series in 2009. I was right on that. but I believe Matsui was the 2002 MVP before he came to the MLB. I believe he hit 50 home runs in 2002, his final season in Japan, before coming to the Yankees in 03.
He did. He also hit 354 that year, and I guess I should, considering the fact that I was talking about his combined professional tenure, I should have mentioned the fact that I was talking about the MLB. So
I don't know if he won MVP in 2002. I'm just guessing based on the number 354 you just said, combined with the fact that I knew he hit 50 when he was coming over. I'm assuming he was likely the league MVP that year. So 2002 was my second guess. I may or may not have been right. I'm not sure if he was the MVP that season.
Well, especially the fact that I said that it was a trick question makes you think that that would make sense, as Teodoro Martinez rips one foul. Just about took the third base coach James Frisbee's head off. Thankfully, it does not, and the count works to 2-1.
Matsui, really one of the guys that paved the way for a lot of the Japanese professional players we see today, obviously headlined by Shohei Ohtani, but there's been a lot of guys. Hideki Iwamura has come in, and Munenori Kawasaki has come in and made impacts in their time. Kei Agawa for the Yankees. Ching-Ming Wong comes over from Taipei. And Matsui was kind of the first one to pave the way for those guys to come over and be successful. MLB teams didn't really believe in the talent that Japan had for a long time, but Matsui said, if I can hit 50 home runs there, I bet I can hit 30 in your league, and he was right.
You're right. It's very impressive because I understand that in American sports, typically, as the ball's drilled into deep left, but once again hanging up, something that has been unfortunately a trend for the Blue Crabs, puts away the second out of the inning. Second fly out to left, and that brings up the cleanup hitter, John Griffin. But typically in American sports, and in my opinion, they're not typically wrong about this, but a lot of times in American sports, the common consensus is that, well, America's better than everybody else, so why would we recruit from other leagues? You see the NBA being the trailblazer in terms of recruiting from overseas. It's worked very well with guys like Mutombo. Now, if you look at today, guys like Kristaps, headliners in the league. You look at the Gasol brothers, Tony Parker, and the list goes on and on. But
even the NBA is still skeptical. You got a guy like Doncic who just won league MVP in Spain, and they don't take him with the first pick. He was the league MVP, but they say he's coming from Europe, so he's probably soft. We'll see what happens with Doncic, but if Dirk Nowitzki's anything to show, Doncic's got some talent coming.
An incredibly hard hit ball off the bat of John Griffin, the second Blue Crab hit in the inning. That brings up Frank Martinez. But, you know, Brandon, I think it's interesting because, in my opinion, I think that Doncic should not have been the first pick. And I say that because, yes, he was the league MVP, but in my opinion, I think that, personally, I kind of think that the NCAA has more talent than the European League. But that's just my opinion. I don't know. I think that Doncic is an impressive name. As the ball's fouled back by Martinez, you hear quotes from guys like Kristaps Porzingis, and he said Doncic was the only guy that could hold me down back in Europe.
Well, I think the difference for me, yes, I believe the top NCAA talent is better on a scale than the top European talent. You see that every time FIBA rolls around and we send a USA team of high school and young college kids that go dominate the world circuit. But Doncic played better players consistently more than Bagley or Ayton did. Bagley or Ayton had walkthrough games that padded stats. Obviously, they performed at a high level against guys like Duke and Arizona, or at Arizona and North Carolina. They had matchups and stuff like that, but I think at the end of the day, when you come down to it, Doncic played better talent as a whole, night in and night out, and put up numbers. And this is a guard-heavy league. Let's not pretend that anybody cares about Dwight Howard's back to the basket anymore.
That's very true. I mean, Doncic only put up, like 16 points a game at the same time, though. And
I believe he put up 18 and 9.
Which, I mean, the 9 is impressive, but I mean, 18 points in Europe, to me personally, isn't mind-blowing. I mean, and I hate to be skeptical about European talent, but at the same time, I personally am not a huge fan of his style of play.
The ceiling on Doncic isn't as high as the ceiling on Bagley or Aiden,
Right.
but the floor is so much higher.
No, you're exactly right. You already know.
If
what
you're
he can
talking
do.
about NBA-ready talent now to come in and contribute and try to make a playoff run, Doncic is going to, hands down, be the best rookie this year. I don't think he's the best rookie long-term, and I think that's what some of the teams were looking for was long-term. It's going to be a building process, but I think Doncic is on a team that can win right now, and he's going to be a huge factor.
0-2 still the count to the batter, Frank Martinez. Coming in with the 0-2 is Dwayne Belo here with 2 on, 2 down.
But back to baseball for a second. They had the same skepticism that European basketball had of Europeans with Asia. They never had that skepticism in South America or Central America, and that's what kind of surprised me about the skepticism of Japan.
A nice play at third is not quite in time as a base hit. The third of the inning for the Blue Crabs is able to load the bases with 2 down, and that brings up Devin Rodriguez.
I mean, you look at the guys that have hit this inning, 5. 3 of them have come from either Venezuela or the Dominican Republic for the Blue Crabs. There's a lot of talent down in South America, and they weren't skeptical of that, just guys like Matsui coming in.
No, I think you're exactly right. It is interesting. The only flip side to that is that the MLB is able to kind of mold these Central American players from a young age, whereas the Japanese players are already maybe 23, 24, and to make the jump straight from the Japanese leagues to the MLB is a little bit more of a jump. But
that's fair. I guess every player that's come over has in fact come over with professional experience over in Nippon, etc. But see if Rodriguez can get the Blue Crabs on the board. He's 0 for 2. He needs a 2-out hit to get things going.
And it would be major if he could do just that. He sees the pitch squander past the catcher, Jovan Gonzalez, and a passed ball is going to put away, make that cross the plate as a wild pitch make that is going to bring home Brian Strasburger for the first Blue Crabs run of this ballgame.
So the Blue Crabs are on the board. They've got a chance to make it at least 2, if not 3, if Rodriguez can find the outfield grass with a single here. You got decent base running in Frank Martinez at second. I think you're waving him around, and all of a sudden a 4-run game with 3 innings to go doesn't sound so bad if Rodriguez gets a hit here.
It truly doesn't, and Vaughn waiting on deck. You know the power he possesses. 1-1 the count to the batter Rodriguez, and Belo comes home with a pitch that if it wasn't so slow, Devin Rodriguez would have sailed over the right field fence. Instead, he's ahead of it, and it gets well foul for strike number 2. 1-2 the count to the first baseman, Devin Rodriguez. And I think some weight has been lifted off his shoulders now that a wild pitch scores 1 run. Now, he knows that should he get out, they're still not scoreless in this ballgame. As Belo will step off, ask for the signs once more from Jovan Gonzalez. And now he's got it. He'll come set after he gets the sign for the 1-2. Finally, he likes what he sees. Coming set and once more stepping off is Belo. So maybe some pressure on Belo, a guy that's been very good coming into this game. Over his last 31 2/3, he had only allowed 7 earned runs. Rodriguez looking to break that run line open as he takes a low and outside changeup. That evens the count up at 2-2. 2-2 the count to Devin Rodriguez. Trying to mention as many All-Stars as possible, being that tonight is the MLB All-Star Game. Rodriguez an All-Star last year and this year in the Atlantic League.
Speaking of the All-Star Game, scoreless after 1.
Ball's drilled up the middle, but right into the shift. Rodriguez, make that Alfredo Rodriguez, is able to gobble up and cross the infield for out number 3. That puts away the Blue Crabs in their half of the inning, but they double their hit total with 3 hits here in this bottom of the 6th. They plate 1 run, and they're able to make the score now 7-1. No errors in the inning and 2 runners left on base. That puts us through 2/3 of a ball game. The score once again 7-1 in favor of the Patriots. Back on the mound is Jason Creasy when we return. Back on the play-by-play is Brandon Bulanda. We'll be right back on the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Blue Crabs fans, every season we can't do it without you. So on Sunday, September 16th, for the regular season finale, it's Fan Appreciation Day. This night will feature a special t-shirt giveaway, as well as a pregame team autograph session and postgame Kids Run the Bases. Stop by the Regency Furniture Stadium box office, call 301-638-9788, or visit somdbluecrabs.com today to get your tickets.
Hey kids, are you ready to be a superhero? Join us September 1st for Superhero Night, presented by Pump It Up of Waldorf. This night you will receive your very own superhero cape to help Pinch and the Blue Crabs defeat the Road Warriors. The night will also feature a post-game fireworks spectacular. Get your tickets today at somdbluecrabs.com or call us at 301-638-9788.
Hey, this is Andrew Daniel, and you're listening to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Shane Watson, the new pitcher, on for the Blue Crabs as we head to the top of the seventh. His first pitch of the night, a fastball to Indy Chavez, catches the outside corner, and ahead goes Watson 0-1. Watson kicks and delivers. This one's fouled off out of play, and the count quickly goes to 0-2. An inning and a third from Jason Creasy. He allows one hit and struck out one, but that's all on the line for him. A good outing for Creasy. 0-2. Watson goes to the curveball. That misses up and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Watson, 6'4", 240 pounds, out of Lakewood, California. Andrew, you've got the numbers on the big right-hander.
Get him to you right after this pitch. See if he gets the first batter.
The 1-2. It's a breaking ball that misses high and away. And the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes now on the leadoff hitter Chavez, who's already got a pair of hits on the night.
Watson on the year, a 3-0 record, but a 6.56 ERA in 23 and a third innings pitched, 11 walks to 22 strikeouts.
Hot shot towards short. That's going to get through and into left field. Indy Chavez is aboard with his third hit of the night, and the leadoff man reaches base in this seventh for the Patriots. That will bring in Justin Trapp. 2 for 3 on the day is Trapp, who's in his second season with Somerset. 46 games for the Patriots last year. An incredible .327 average for him.
He's been a guy that's been much better on the road this year. He's batting .277 on the road as compared to .256 as a whole.
To clarify, the .327 was last year, as the first pitch will hit him, and now Watson has 2 on with nobody out, and Trapp seems to be in a little bit of pain headed down to the first base bag.
And that hurts if you're the Blue Crabs. You finally get a run back, not enough to give you some momentum that would maybe try to swing things in your favor, but it does kind of stop the damage. And if you let up any more runs, it just hurts if you're the Blue Crabs.
I think at this point it's setting up for tomorrow, trying to get a little momentum heading into that. If you lose this game, it's going to be on a 2-game losing streak for the team, and you don't want to fall too far into the hole with, having to win the second half to make the playoffs with the way that this works.
You're right, and especially against the Patriots squad that you know already has clinched a spot and a team that clinched on your field. You have some extra momentum.
First pitch is a called strike. 0-1 goes the count to Francoso. You just, even if it's early, you're 7 games into the first half at the conclusion of this one. Even if it's early, you don't want to risk falling 2 or 3 games out, and then one day you wake up and it's 5, 6, and continues to climb. That's kind of what happened to the Blue Crabs last year, or last half, I mean. They fell behind early. They started out really slow, losing 7 of their first 8. They won on opening night, then went on a 7-game losing streak, and a week and a half into the season, they're 6 games out, and they just never recovered from that. You can't afford that in the second half of this year.
You're exactly right. You saw a good month of June from this squad, but you've got to string something special together to get that playoff run.
Breaking ball here. Swung on and missed, and down on strikes goes Francoso for out number 1. 4th strikeout on the line for the Blue Crabs pitching staff thus far.
You see a 15-14 record in the month of June for the Blue Crabs. Although that was much better comparatively to the rest of their record, going one game above 500 is not going to even get you in the playoffs if you do that in the second half. So, like I said, they've got to string together something very special, something I think they can do once everybody heals from their injuries and this team continues to gel.
Called strike on the inside corner, 0-1. You got Nina back. You've got the power of Griffin back in the lineup. Martinez, who's missed some time, is back to full health at third base. The only piece really missing right now is Daryl Thompson's arm in the rotation. Still no exact timetable on what happens with Thompson, as a breaking ball misses low and away, 1-1. But with Thompson out and then your second best starter in Brandon Compton getting signed by the Blue Jays, the pitching staff has got to find a way to get the job done. Clemens, Britton, Marshall, Delgado, those are guys that's got to step up. And Kyle Drabeck, who's getting the ball tomorrow to make his Blue Crabs debut, has got to step in and right away be effective in a starting role for Southern Maryland. Or all of a sudden, like I said, you're going to find yourself where they did last half, where you're 6 out a week and a half into the season.
And that hurts because it looked promising. I mean, you look at this Blue Crabs team, once they finally got on a roll, it was the pitching that really helped them because the pitching and the hitting started to click on the same page. Now the pitching staff takes a big hit, and we're back to square one.
Breaking ball, that one bounced in the dirt. The count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. You look at the bullpen ERA on the month, it's a 2.70. So it comes down to the starters having to get the job done for the Blue Crabs, as it has been, limited time this month. The team hasn't played all that many games. They've only played 11. But when you got a 2.70 bullpen ERA and a 5 total, I think you can kind of pinpoint where the issues have been. The best Blue Crabs starter on the current month of July is Brett Marshall with a 4.5 ERA, and that's, as I said, the best ERA from a starting pitcher on the month. You mix in Drake Britton with a 7.31, Delgado with an 8.22, and Clemens, who had a 9 coming into play, and that's going to rise even more.
And that, you just can't have that. I mean, you look earlier in the season at astronomical ERA to start off the year, and most of it came from the bullpen. Now they're getting it together as they've, for the most part, been not too many changes to their relief bullpen, for a while. But as we mentioned, the starters took a hit.
2-2 upcoming once more as Watson kicks in, delivers a line drive. Will get out of play the other way. Look around the Atlantic League. You got a Freedom Division matchup going on in Pennsylvania as the in-state rivals York Revolution, Lancaster Barnstormers, are tied up 3-3 in the top of the ninth there. Sugarland has relatively just gotten underway. They have a 1-0 lead over the Road Warriors heading to the top of the third in that one. 2-2 upcoming. A breaking ball is swung on and missed, and Watson now has back-to-back strikeouts to bring him within an out of getting out of this inning after a leadoff single and hit by pitch put a little bit of danger on.
And you talk about buckling down. You look at the differences in the night between Paul Clemens and Shane Watson. You see back in that crazy 5th inning in which 5 Patriots crossed the plate. That was a inning that started out with back-to-back outs, and then 5 more runs crossed. It's 5 out, make that 2-out, 5-run rallies can't happen. And now with Watson, he starts out with letting on 2 and then gets back-to-back outs.
He's got to get the top of the order here to retire the side, though, as he falls behind Craig Massey. 1-0 goes the count. Massey has singles in the last 2 at-bats, 3 RBIs to go with that. The 1-0 is swung on, foul tipped, and the count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike. Bit of a muggy night here. You can definitely feel that it rained earlier.
You sure can. The humidity is very dense. We'll get you those exact numbers at the start of the next half inning.
Rained for about an hour earlier. It's cooled down. The high today was 91. It's back down to a 76-degree night here, but the humidity no doubt in the air as Watson gets a breaking ball across, and you see him take his shirt sleeve and wipe it across the top of his forehead, grab the rosin bag to dry off. So probably the warmest 76 degrees I've ever felt, wouldn't you say?
I would say. I mean, it's 76 degrees, but that does not tell the whole story. It's very humid.
This pitch swung on and missed, and Watson retires the side. He strikes out the side after a single and a hit by pitch. Started it, 3 straight strikeouts will finish it, and we are through 6.5 here in the top of the 7th. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, 2 left on base. And now we head to the bottom half. It's time to stretch here in Southern Maryland. On the other side, Corey Vaughn will lead things off when we return to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Dr. Milu and the courteous and professional staff at Cancer and Blood Disorders Treatment Center in Waldorf want you to know that for cases of cancer and blood disorders such as anemia, leukemia, and lymphoma, you don't have to travel all the way to D.C. or Baltimore to get high-quality, compassionate care close to home. Established in 1995, Cancer and Blood Disorders Treatment Center offers expertise, experience, and the highest standards needed for successful treatment of cancer and blood disorders. Dr. Milu is excited to be a part of the Blue Crabs family as the new sponsor of the Silver Sluggers program and games for the 2017 season. For more information or to schedule a consultation, call 301-638-1007 or visit cancerandblooddisorderscenter.com.
This is Devin Rodriguez from the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Join us every Tuesday home game as we turn 2 with our new Double Play Tuesdays. These nights, tickets are buy one, get one free in the box office, as well as buy one, get one on select items at the concession stands. For more information or to get tickets today, please visit us online at somdbluecrabs.com or call us at 301-638-9788.
Hey, this is Ryan Strasburger, and you're listening to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
7-8-9 due up for the Blue Crabs here. Bottom of the order will greet new Somerset pitcher as Dustin Mollican takes over and misses his first pitch high to Corey Vaughn. 1 ball and no strikes to Vaughn, who's been one of the bright spots for the Blue Crabs, 2 for 2 on the night, as now a 2-0 count. Final line for Dwayne Below, 6 innings, 6 hits, 1 run. It was earned. He walks 1 and strikes out 3. Solid night for him, as that will lower his ERA, which came into play at a 2.98 even further.
Mollican on the year, a team-high 5.40 ERA, a 1-0 record here in his 24th appearance, all in relief. 23 1/3 innings pitched as Vaughn reaches base on a walk. 11 walks, 27 strikeouts for Mulliken, but he's been had some exceptional struggles against the Blue Crabs, we'll say. He has 3 appearances against the Blue Crabs and an 8.10 ERA, allowing 3 runs all earned in 3 1/3 versus Southern Maryland.
So despite the struggles for Mulliken on the year, it's actually been even worse against Southern Maryland, as he's got Vaughn aboard for Austin Green now, who takes the first pitch high. So 5 straight balls have started the outing for the right-hander here.
And that could, kind of get something churning in the Blue Crabs' momentum.
He gets one across now, a changeup on the inside corner. Good job there from Green, I'd say, to take, though.
We've been mentioning as many All-Stars as we can this evening, being that it is the MLB All-Star game tonight, just 30 miles up the road, as 1-1 goes the count to Green. Green was a All-Star in terms of an minor league baseball organizational All-Star back in his minor league days.
1-2 the count as this pitch misses high, and 2 balls and 2 strikes. Speaking of the All-Star game, the scoring is underway, and who else other than Aaron Judge with a 400-foot home run.
Didn't mean to cut you off, but I was so excited to say it.
2-2, a breaking ball swung on and missed as Green goes down on strikes. And for out number 1 in the inning, the 4th strikeout of the day for the Patriots staff. For those listening in the D.C. area and wondering, Max Scherzer did get the start. He went the 2 innings, so he did give up the home run to Judge, but he did get 4 strikeouts. So Scherzer gets 2 innings of work before handing it over to another fantastic pitcher in Jacob deGrom.
And you kind of wonder why. Now, I understand why Scherzer started the game for the NL because it's at Nats Park, but in my personal opinion, I think it, and I'm a little biased, but I think it should have been Luis Severino and Jacob deGrom, but that's just me.
As you see a foul ball go back here, there's absolutely, hold on, as this one catches the outside corner, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Didn't want to miss a pitch, but there's really not a way I think you can take it away from Scherzer, to be honest with you.
You mean when he's at Nats Park or in general?
In general this year, as this pitch just misses outside.
I think if the
Max Scherzer, the way he started this year was just incredible, and he's 12-5 with a 2.41 ERA and 182 strikeouts in 130 innings. He leads the MLB in wins, innings pitched, and strikeouts, as a chopper back to the mound here is picked up and fired on to first for out number 2 in the frame. You look at deGrom on the other side. deGrom's been fantastic. He's got a 1.68 ERA, and that, leads the league. But the 12 wins for Scherzer, I know wins are an overrated old stat, but at the end of the day, isn't that what determines what makes the world go round? Wins are what determines what you do. And Scherzer just has so many. After the MLB had no 20-win pitchers last year for just the 5th time since 1976, he had over halfway to 20 in the first half.
But at the same time, that's a skewed statistic because we know that Jacob deGrom plays on a subpar team.
Towering pop fly behind the third base bag. Oberstay's going to camp under that one, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. Here in the 7th, no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 man left on base. And we'll head to the 8th, 7-1 your score when we return to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Hey, this is Shane Watson, and you're listening to Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Blue Crabs fans, Vicelli Pizza, known to have the best pizza in town, is offering you 20% off your order. That's right, 20% off. Just use code 779 to take advantage of this limited time offer. Vicelli offers pizzas, pastas, subs, wings, salads, and more. You can place your order for pickup or delivery online at Vicelli Pizza, VOCELLI.com, or call 301-705-5858, as well as visiting Vicelli Pizza at their Waldorf location, 11850 Park Waldorf Lane. Vicelli Pizza, delivering classic Italian quality.
Shopping for groceries in a clean, friendly store? That's smart. Shopping for groceries in a clean, friendly store and saving some money while you're doing it? That's wise. At Wise Markets, you'll find all your favorite brands, prices you'll appreciate. That means more meat for less money, more dinner for less dinero, and more milk for less moolah. Stop by a Wise Market today.
Eat better, spend less. That's wise.
Hey, this is Craig Stem, and you're listening to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
We head to the top of the 8th, the 2-3-4, due up in the inning here for the Patriots as another new pitcher on for Southern Maryland. David Wayne Russo will take over and get a fastball across the outside corner. No balls and 1 strike goes the count. Russo, 5'11", 175 pounds, out of Monterey, California, as he kicks and delivers a ground ball towards short. Garcia will vacuum it there and flip across to first. 1 up, 1 down, starts the 8th. The bullpen has been effective here again tonight, and the starter that we just mentioned has been the issue. This seems to be a trend for the month of July at least, if not the last 2 months as a whole. Russo comes set for the first pitch to Alfredo Rodriguez, and Rodriguez swings over the top of it, 0 for 1. He's yet to reach base, still the only Patriot to do that on the day. Andrew, you've got the numbers on Russo to this point in the season. You can give us to him after the lefty comes set. The 0-1, a changeup. That one just misses low, and the count evens up 1 ball and 1 strike.
Russo 1-2 on the year with a 5.18 ERA here in his 23rd appearance as a Blue Crab. 33 innings pitched. He has 22 walks and 29 strikeouts.
Ground ball to short. Quick backhand and fire from Garcia. And now 2 down, both on ground balls to shortstop. That's the 4th time Alfredo Rodriguez has grounded out to his counterpart, Garcia. That's crazy to think about.
Yeah, it's something that just doesn't happen very often. But you talk about David Wayne Russo. We were talking about Chris Sale during the break and his insane strikeout numbers. And I think that when a lefty has a great slider, just like David Wayne Russo does, can be very effective against right-handed hitters. And you saw that against Rodriguez.
A strike on the outside corner here. No balls and 1 strike. Russo's got a good slider. I'm not going to let you get away with comparing it to Chris Sale's.
I wasn't saying
as
that.
As a fly ball towards shallow right. Rodriguez, Nina, and Teodoro coming together. Nobody can get to that one as that will fall. We'll see the official ruling there. It's going to be a hit as nobody got a piece of it. And Jermaine Curtis is aboard with a single. What were you saying about Sale?
I was just saying that a good lefty slider can be very effective. And what I was going to add was let me put this first. I'm a Yankees fan, and I really, really am not a big fan of the Red Sox. But I have to tip my cap to Chris Sale. I've always said this. It is the single best pitch that I have ever seen in my whole life, and I've watched a lot of baseball. I've never seen a pitch move that much or be as effective as his slider is.
Russo kicks and delivers a called strike on the inside corner. 0-1 goes the count.
Outside of maybe Greg Maddox's 2-seam back in the day.
This one misses, 1 ball and 1 strike. Maddox had a fantastic two-seam pitch. The difference is Maddox could throw that into a soup can.
Right. And it didn't move as much, obviously, because it's not designed to, but as far as effectiveness goes.
1-1 is flown out towards deep right field. Teodoro Martinez is backing up. He'll make the catch, and that will retire the side. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left on base. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th, a 7-1 game when we return to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Hilltop Signs and Graphics is the official signage partner of the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs this 2018 season and specializes in custom signage, vehicle wraps and decals, site lighting, and much more. Since 1992, Hilltop's top priority has been providing customers in the DMV area with the highest quality product. Call today at 301-373-7878 to start your project or visit hilltopsignsmd.com for more information. Hilltop Signs and Graphics, where design, fabrication, and installation is our expertise. Blue Crabs fans, your group of 20 or more can join us all season long with any of our several group hospitality areas at Regency Furniture Stadium. Our spacious and modern amenities can entertain your group starting at just $10 per person. The open-air picnic pavilion, upscale Legends Club, or luxury suites provide the backdrop for great nights at the ballpark. Call group sales at 301-638-9788 for more info or to book your group today.
Hi, this is Fran Martinez, and you are listening to the Blue Crab Broadcaster Network.
2-3-4 due up in the inning for the Blue Crabs as they'll face another new right-hander for the Patriots. The reliever Logan Kensing takes over and delivers a fastball high and inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Bit of a slugfest going on in the All-Star game. We mentioned Edwin Garcia, an All-Star, and the MLB All-Star game going on tonight. 3 home runs have it at a 2-1 game as you've got a solo shot from Mike Trout to match Aaron Judge's on the AL side, and Wilson Contreras puts one on the board for the NL. 1-1 the count on Edwin Garcia here as Kensing kicks and delivers. Breaking ball off the end of the bat is flown towards the shortstop area, and Rodriguez will field it easily for out number 1. Kensing 6'1", 190 out of Bourne, Texas. Andrew, you've got the numbers on the right-hander to this point.
He's 2-2 on the year with a 2.97 ERA here in his team-high 32nd appearance of the year. All of them coming in relief here in his 31st inning of work on the year. 10 walks to 30 strikeouts, and second best on the team, just allowing a 167 batting average against.
Pitch misses outside. 1 ball and no strikes goes the count to Teodoro Martinez. Andrew, I've got a question for you. We're talking a lot about the MLB All-Star Game. I was there, so I happen to know the answer to this. But can you name the 2017 MLB All-Star Game MVP? As the count goes to 2-0 on Teodoro Martinez.
I should know because I was looking at a graphic earlier that showed all of the it was Robinson Cano. That's who it was.
Robinson Cano. As Kensing kicks and delivers. 2-0 breaking ball is swung on and missed. But I think the MLB All-Star Game has lost a little bit of its flair. Starting with the Home Run Derby, that was a fantastic to watch Home Run Derby. Everybody cared so much, but it wasn't the names you wanted to see there. And we talked about it a little bit earlier, maybe turning into the slam dunk contest of sorts. where top players kind of shy away from it. As the 2-1, Martinez with a high fly ball towards left center. On the run is Francoso. On the track, he'll make the running catch for out number 2. But my fear with the MLB All-Star Game is with nothing on the line and with the amount of interleague play, it used to be a hatred thing between the AL and NL. We were supposed to be better than you, and but there's none of that anymore with how often people move teams and see each other and stuff like that. And nobody's playing for home field advantage in the World Series anymore. I fear that it just doesn't matter as much anymore.
I agree, and I think there's a couple things to say about that. I mean, I personally am a fan of taking away as ball 1 will cross the Griffin, but I'm a fan of taking away the home field advantage from the All-Star Game because people don't go into it as if it matters as much anyways, and realistically, that shouldn't be what determines home field advantage.
I tend to agree, and that takes away from a little bit of the fun of it as well, where maybe not everybody gets to play because you care about winning. But I think there needs to be something there. Potentially you look to the NHL for what they did, as Kensing readies for the 1-1. A fastball misses low and away, 2 balls and 1 strike. 3 separate teams were created for the NHL, and they did sort of a round-robin thing, and the best team players got a bonus. But I think you could maybe do that in the MLB with a couple of different options. As the 2-1, Griffin with a shot back up the middle. That's going to hit off of the foot of Kensing. Charging in is the shortstop Rodriguez. He'll have no play, and Griffin's aboard with a single. You don't want to take the fan vote away first. So I think fan vote needs to have some play, but maybe make a team of the fan votes and make a team of guys that other players and MLB execs and managers sent to the All-Star Game, and then a third, wild card team. You could piece something together, I'm sure.
I agree. You know what else I like is something that they've gone away from. There was a couple of years ago when the MLB opted to have the home run derby decided by, David Ortiz was one of the captains, and then they had a captain the NL, and then that's how the home run derby was chosen. And in my opinion, if you get offered by some head of the MLB to get into the home run derby, you're more apt to say no than if David Ortiz was to ask you. So I like that idea more to get bigger names.
That's a decent idea as well, as Martinez swings over a changeup. 0-1 goes the count on Frank Martinez.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but that is what they did for at least 1 year.
I do remember the Ortiz draft. I don't know how long it lasted, but I do remember specifically that David Ortiz draft. As Martinez hammers one down the right field line, but that'll hook foul. 0-2. Again, not sure how long that lasted, but it was a fun way. And it was kind of what the NBA All-Star did this year, where they had a draft of sorts. I don't know if maybe that in the MLB, because you've got so many pitchers and stuff to go to. But I think you could shorten it up and make 3 or 4 inning games, and have maybe 6 pitchers on a team or 5 pitchers on a team instead, and see how that works. 0-2 the count as Kensing comes set, delivers a breaking ball, swung on and missed, and that will retire the side. A 2-out hit for the Blue Crabs goes for naught. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left on base. And we'll head to the 9th here in the series opener. Indy Chavez will lead things off when we return to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Washington sports fans, rock your red, wear your curly W's, and break out your burgundy and gold for Washington Sports Night on Friday night, August 10th. That night, there will be a special Washington Sports t-shirt giveaway for the first fans in attendance, so arrive early, and don't miss a special appearance by the Racing Presidents from Nationals Park. To get your tickets today, stop by the E-Trepid box office, visit somdbluecrabs.com, or call 301-638-9788. Join our team every Friday home game as we honor those who serve our country by remembering everyone deployed. Every Red Friday, the team will wear military-inspired jerseys brought to you by Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation. All active and former military members receive $5 tickets with their military ID. For more information or to get tickets today, please visit us online at somdbluecrabs.com or call us at 301-638-9788.
Shepley, and you're listening to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Ryan Chafee, the new pitcher on for the Blue Crabs, as he'll face the 6, 7, 8 in the Somerset lineup here in the top of the ninth, and get a fastball across for a called strike to Andy Chavez, who's already got 3 hits on the night for the Patriots. As fastball misses inside, 1 ball and 1 strike goes the count.
Chafee in his team-high 39th appearance on the year. He holds a 2-0 record, a 4.33 ERA, and he has 20 walks to 29 strikeouts.
Called strike here will bring the count to 1-2 on Chavez. Chafee, 6'2", 195 pounds, out of Bellevue, Nebraska. He's one of the rare relievers that does work out of the windup. And he kicks and delivers a breaking ball that misses low. 2 balls and 2 strikes we go.
You know, I was thinking about it earlier when we were talking about the windup versus the stretch. And it's a little bit strange that why the windup's even a thing in the first place. Obviously, it gives you a little bit of swing back and forth momentum, but I don't know. It's a little perplexing.
Swing and a miss, and down on strikes goes Andy Chavez. That's an interesting thought, I guess.
I guess
I can't really answer the question of where it came from.
I guess personally I was much more comfortable pitching out of the windup. I don't know why, but I don't know. But, you know, once I said it out loud, it is a little bit of a, from a baseball fan's perspective, a strange question.
It's just kind of always been there as far as I know.
Right, exactly. It's just ingrained into the game.
This pitch, a check swing sent down to first. I believe no swing was the ruling down there from Matt Williams. And the count will go to 1-1. Excuse me, they did call that a swing. I missed the signal from Williams. It was very quick. As Chafee goes with the breaking ball that misses inside. 2-1 we go.
And this relief staff of the Blue Crabs, unlike Paul Clemens, has had very good command and has gone right after every batter they've faced, which is kind of the reason that they've been so successful. And after the ball is fouled for the 2-2, you just, when you have that comfortability with command on a night and you know you can go after a guy, and you have your stuff, that's when you become a lethal pitcher. And the bullpen really has shown that of late.
Chafee misses the 2-2 here and now runs the count full 3-2. I mean, the pen took over after 4 2/3 and have gone 3 1/3. Well, 3 2/3. We'll count the first out of this inning. Scoreless to this point as Chafee delivers the payoff pitch, and that one's fouled back. So the bullpen wasn't getting the job done early. They were a major reason that the Blue Crabs fell into a hole early on the first half, and now the script has completely flipped between the bullpen and the rotation. If they could find some harmony and get the starters back the way they were early and the relievers stay where they are, I think this is a very dangerous team. It's just getting that done as Chafee misses high and in and issues the walk to Justin Trapp. Now Mike Francoso comes up to bat.
I agree. It's been the harmony that we've been talking about all year that would be so nice for the Blue Crabs to have. It's the fact of the matter that the bats and the pitching had not come together. Now they're coming together decently.
Fly ball towards right here. Backing up is Teodoro Martinez. He'll make the over-the-shoulder catch for the second out in the inning. So 1 pitch is all it took to retire Francoso, as that'll bring up Yovad Gonzalez, who's had an interesting night to say the least. 1 for 4 with 3 strikeouts, but his double, 2 RBI double in that 5th inning is really what kind of broke the game open.
It goes to show that you can come into a situation 0 for 4 on the night with 4 strikeouts. You can forget about it all with 1 swing of the bat. That's why it's so important to have a short memory in the game of baseball. It's a game of failure, and if you can't accept that, it's going to be hard to succeed.
Gonzalez swinging here at the 1-0. We'll foul that one off. 1 ball and 1 strike goes the count. You've got 2 more against the Patriots in this series, and then 3 more home games against the Lancaster Barnstormers to finish the weekend. Ideally, you want to go 4-2, 5-1 in those, as Lancaster ended up with the walk-off win over the York Revolution in the bottom of the 9th, speaking of the Barnstormers. You want to finish at least 4-2 in this 6-game homestand. So you're going to drop to 0-1, see what you can make happen. You mentioned early in the game you got to make errors count. That's what Lancaster did to walk it off. Tyler Bortnick reached on an error by the first baseman, ended up advancing to second on the play, and came around to score on a single to win the game. 1-2 is rolled toward short. Garcia picks it up. He'll take the short route to second. Nina is there, and that will retire the side on the 6-4 fielder's choice. So we'll head to the bottom of the 9th. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left on base in the inning for the Patriots, and now the Blue Crabs need 6. Devin Rodriguez leads it off in the bottom half of the inning when we return to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Fans, is your family or work holiday party looking for a venue this coming fall or winter? Look no further than the newly renovated Legends Club at Regency Furniture Stadium, brought to you by the Blue Crabs. Numerous food and drink options and great flexible features mean the Legends Club will make your event the hit of the season. Call a sales executive today at 301-638-9788 for more information, or visit somdbluecrabs.com.
TN Bose Heating and Air Conditioning is proud to present Fans for Our Fans at Regency Furniture Stadium once again this 2018 season. When the temperature at game time is expected to be a scorcher, TN Bose will do what they do best, keep you always the right temperature, by providing hand fans to the first 200 guests entering the stadium that day. Learn more about their technologically advanced AeroSeal duct sealing procedure online at tnbose.com. TN Bose, for all your air conditioning and heating needs. Blue Crabs fans, your group of 20 or more can join us all season long with any of our several group hospitality areas at Regency Furniture Stadium. Our spacious and modern amenities can entertain your group starting at just $10 per person. The open-air picnic pavilion, upscale Legends Club, or luxury suites provide the backdrop for great nights at the ballpark. Call group sales at 301-638-9788 for more info or to book your group today.
Hey, this is Sam Runyon, and you're listening to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
New pitcher on for Somerset as Vince Molesky takes over for the 9th. Devin Rodriguez leads it off and fouls off the first pitch, 0-1. Dwayne Below, 6 strong innings, set the table for the Patriots. He exited with the 7-1 lead, and his bullpen has kept it right there to this point. Blue Crab's going to look to put up a couple in the inning, try to get some momentum rolling into tomorrow. Rodriguez swings here on the 0-1, fouls it off, no balls and 2 strikes. Molesky, 6'4", 215 pounds, out of Pennsylvania. Andrew, you've got the numbers on him.
Molesky on the year, a 3.07 ERA with a 3-1 record. Here in his 42nd inning of work, only in 16 appearances. So a lot of innings for Molesky on the year. He has 9 walks to 39 strikeouts.
Foul ball here from Rodriguez will keep him alive in the at-bat at 0-2. Him, Corey Vaughn, and Austin Green are the first 3 due up. If Molesky has it his way, they'll be the last 3 in the game.
The Blue Crabs are not a team that is known to go down without a fight. They'll fight till that last strike has been recorded.
Rodriguez with a hard ground ball to second, but Massey is able to field it on a knee. Back to his feet and flip on to first for out number 1. will bring things to Corey Vaughn. Vaughn has reached base all 3 times, a pair of singles and a walk to this point. See if maybe he can continue his hot night as he digs into the right-handed batter's box.
And you look at the Blue Crabs line, only 7 hits on the evening, and 2 of them coming from Corey Vaughn, a guy that struggled to string together non-extra base hits, doing just that here this evening.
Called strike on the first pitch to Vaughn. I'm not sure Corey Vaughn necessarily agrees, but regardless, he's down on the count 0-1.
Not quite sure I agreed either. That pitch was awfully high.
0-1. This one swung on and fouled. Where else but straight back off the bat of Corey Vaughn. 0-2.
And that kind of sets Corey Vaughn up for failure in the rest of the at-bat, because then you have to be pretty aggressive at anything near the zone. I think typically he would take that last pitch he just swung at. Instead, he has to swing, and that makes him 0-2.
A breaking ball is swung on and missed, and Vaughn is down on strikes for out number 2 in the inning, and now the Blue Crabs are down to their last out in the ballgame.
And at this point, if you're the Blue Crabs, you want to give yourself any momentum you can heading into tomorrow's ball game. So if anything at all can happen for you, if you're the Blue Crabs, you make it happen here in the bottom of the 9th.
Austin Green digs into the right-handed batter's box and takes the first pitch, low and away. 1 ball and no strikes. He's hoping to reach base for the first time on the night. 0 for 3, a pair of strikeouts. Working out of the stretch is Molesky. He comes set below his belt. Now kicks and delivers. Change up, swung over, and the count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike.
Struggles have been there not just tonight at home for Green, but on the season. We know how much he's struggled, hitting well south of 200 when at home this year, and that's something that needs to change with this Blue Crab squad that needs his bat.
Green with a ground ball towards short. Rodriguez circles around. He'll fire on the run to first, and that will end the inning and finish off the game for the Patriots. A 7-1 victory for Somerset. It started with a strong outing from Dwayne Below. The bullpen even stronger as they worked 3 scoreless innings. And Somerset improves to 7-0 on the second half. The first half Liberty Division champs are showing why they have that title to this point in this second half. 7-1 the score here. The win goes to Dwayne Below. He goes to 6-2. Paul Clemens will get hit with the loss as he falls to 1-5 on the season. So Corey Vaughn, one of the few bright spots for the Blue Crabs, a pair of hits and a walk for him. But all you can really say as far as bright spots go, outside of that 3-hit wild pitch run scoring 6, the Blue Crabs just 7 hits on the ball game. What's it going to take tomorrow to turn this around, Andrew?
I think there was a couple of unfortunate situations, I guess we'll call them, for the Blue Crabs. You look back at the first run the Patriots scored. It comes off a slip from Corey Vaughn that ends up scoring after that leadoff triple. That kind of turned the tides against the Blue Crabs, and then a ball hits off the heel of the glove of Paul Clemens, which allows a, at that time, 2-out, 1-on situation to turn into a 5-run, 2-out rally for the Patriots. So a couple of things that could have gone either way, and that kind of broke the game open, and there was no turning back. So for the Blue Crabs, we know how important momentum is for whatever reason for them. So they have to get the momentum early. You have to jump on the pitcher as fast as you possibly can and trust in your starting pitcher to keep the opposing team to a low number of runs.
Their starting pitcher in his Blue Crabs debut will be Kyle Drabeck. You want to mention All-Stars. Drabeck is a guy that comes in with plenty of All-Star experience. When you look back at his minor league days, he was an All-Star in 2007, 2009, and 2010 in the minor league systems. He's a guy that was traded for an All-Star in Roy Halladay, not just an all-star, but even more than that. And Drabeck will get the ball tomorrow. And one more all-star for you, Andrew, here on the day of the all-star game. Drabeck's dad, Doug Drabeck, a 1994 all-star. So a night of stars here in Southern Maryland, but the Patriots are the stars of the show here tonight. 7-1, they win. Final line, 7 runs, 11 hits, no errors. Blue Crabs, 1 run, 7 hits, no errors for them. Drabeck will face off with Kyle Davies, another former big leaguer, a matchup of 2 former MLBers tomorrow night. 6:35 first pitch. We'll be back here at 6:30 with Game 2 of the 3-game series. We've got 6 straight days of baseball here in Southern Maryland. Day 2 of 6 coming up tomorrow. 6:30, be sure to join us right back here. For my broadcast partner, Andrew Banstra, I'm Brandon Belanda. We'll see you tomorrow night on the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.